wrap our own edge like
And we're live from Plaza in Staffordshire. We've got Varsity here between Staff Serpents and Keele Hall Society. Race to 13. Each frame to be played on the same table. It seems Staffs have won the lag, so they'll break first. And I'm joined by Brad Price.
This break's going to go nowhere.
Oh, we went somewhere.
It's Sim. It's Sim.
Who's playing?
Would have been nice if he gives us his team sheet so we knew who was playing.
Yep. We have got graphics for the players, but we don't actually know who is playing, so...
Not really that helpful. Can't lie.
I think it's Jimmy. The Keele.
Ball and Andy. Gotta be going yells.
Oh well.
Black doubles. You got one bad ball to the top left of the blue spot, so you can drop on that on your second shot or your third shot. Probably your third shot. Take the two up the top table, drop onto the middle. Make sure you're high on it so you float down for the middle, and then you should be out from there. Just one double on the block. Just try to force it and
Definitely goes to middle, however.
it still goes. It's got a bit fortunate, but why you try to force it when you can just drop onto it dead easily, I don't know. Not completely sure why. Going away from me here. It's coming back. He does know it's international, not world rules, isn't it?
How would you be taking these reds?
No.
Not like that.
Got away with it a bit. Left it nearly touching ball. Right, just float up to around the black spot, thin, perfect. Really, you want to get on the top one first, don't you?
Yeah, and you can drop that in, play for middle, and then...
Yeah, but it's what angle he's got, if he can stun round for it or not. He's tried to. He might get away with it a bit, to be fair. If he might go to the top right, he might sneak through past the red. If he does, he's golden. I'd argue it does with him queuing it down. Just drop it in. Oh, lovely. Now, come off the cushion behind this red on the side. Play the double. That wasn't the best.
Big mess.
And can't double it now, it's too wide on it, double kisses. Double it to the corner.
Keep it spline.
No, punch into the red, you'll be fine. Not when he plays like that though. I just touch up here. Be the biggest. Kind of safety display going here. Oh god.
Yeah, that's the double.
Another one. Misses the double though, if he hits it hard enough, he should straighten up and go treble. If he hits it hard enough. Play the soft. Missed it. Right, you've got to play safe now, so to be fair, you can go for these ones. But one by the black's not nice. It's not something I want to be taking.
You have to break that out, yeah.
I won't take break out, I'll just play safe.
Well, yeah, who can go for it?
To be fair, he's got an angle now. He could play this in the middle. If he really wanted to and play it into it, but oh my god.
He's played the fluke to the middle.
Lampshades. Absolute lampshades. What are you trying here? Kick it into the middle, put it back, punch off the red on the left rail to go top rise. Play safe. I feel like against any decent standard play, you don't play safe.
Oh no.
Because you know you're getting punished for it. Like all day of the week you're getting punished for that.
Red's not sitting pretty.
I should just play the one on the right hand side. Put the white back behind the red. Play the one on the rail. Go to the left hand side, get back behind the one. Kind of on the green spot. bad ball out and get safe. You're fine. He's digging down. And he's got it out for him. Shots in. Proud of you, mate.
Seen these misses.
That's the stuff standard.
Sort of missed one of these on the weekend, actually.
No, Jimmy, no. Surely not.
No, it's Sam playing.
I thought it was Jimmy.
I thought it was Jimmy at first. Oh, there we are.
There's 1-0.
1-0 Keele.
I don't see this being a long game, to be honest.
Oh no.
Staffs have got, admittedly, probably 2 decent players. In terms of like the standard that we know.
Oh yeah. The standard seems to have dropped off.
Oh yeah, did you see the girl at Bucks? That was the best thing ever. The one that had to put the cue ball down for like 20 minutes and then she missed a double block.
Jesus.
I felt bad for her because
yeah.
like she got roasted ever on the internet, but
Yeah, it's rough being on the match table.
yeah, it's on the streams. But I feel like I played better on the stream tables at Bucks. I played on the streams against Yang 2 years ago. The best game of my life. Then went into my next game off the stream and played dreadful. It was world rules there, but it was awful. Went from beating Yang 5-1 to losing 5-0.
I know who we've got here. It's Josh from Keele, nicknamed a dinosaur.
Because he's old.
I'm not actually sure why it's called that. He was known as the alcoholic for a while. Again, I'm not really sure why. He doesn't drink too much, to be fair. But he comes into players. He orders 2 Mars bars.
Chicken nuggets.
You can't tell from the size of him.
Sad when you think it before, weren't you?
Well, his missus orders a star bar. I'm not sure she actually has it. He will be watching this back, so
That's great. Love that.
say whatever you like.
Oh, I think Josh is racking, isn't he? Not like he'll back to it walks away. Are they racking themselves?
Are they like electing a ref? Because I wasn't told about that.
I wasn't told about that either, to be honest.
It's very organised.
I really hope there's some dodgy calls, just so we can make fun of them. I mean, if you want to go yells.
Josh Lee, a trained football ref.
Is it?
Does it transfer? Yeah. Managers, refs rather in the I think it's the 8th flight.
Come on, you know? I feel like he couldn't run that much to be on the football field.
I guess at that level of standard, you don't need to run too much. It's probably not the fastest pace.
Ping the long ball.
Well, it seems it's Byron ball playing. Known as the Railway Man. That nickname comes from the fact that he likes trains run on him.
No comment. Not sure what he's played then. Yells have got 1 bad ball by the red, but everything else, he's got a bag, he's got a home. He might be able to get the yellow for the plant, to be fair. Do I play that plant? It's not that plant. It's not that plant. Two big misses from Aiden. Got his name in.
Been getting coaching from Jimmy Croxton, so there's the 5-star review.
Don't you charge stupid money for that?
Probably about the standard rate, but it's stupid if you're getting it from him.
How much is he charging now?
Now I think it's about 50.
That's still stupid money, that is. Can't do much in an hour.
I watched him haggling at his students, saying, make sure you leave a good review. I think he gives a discount if you leave a 5-star review.
I'd leave a 4-star to be awesome.
Lots of time on the Reds there, leaving the cue ball bottom of the table. Didn't point to the shots on the Reds. Perhaps off 1 into the other.
I'm not sure. Has he tried to swerve that? For me, if he's trying to swerve that, he didn't get up on high enough on it. And it's a long swerve to be trying to do. Surely you should play this a turn, don't you? The one in the middle of the 3 reds that are kind of in a line, right in the middle bag. They knock it in. They No reason to go for these, I don't think. The red's awkward bottom right. The risk you're taking to give them the frame, to be fair. I would not be giving the risk.
Careless.
These can't not be going now, surely.
No. Speak at your peril.
Does the yellow go bottom left?
Look at the top-down camera.
Can you force it? I don't think you can. Maybe not. Maybe these should no point into it.
I don't think you just top into it. It's tough. Again, need to break out the red near the yellow. Both players.
I think red's okay. I think red goes middle. Go to right middle. I think he's played that too hard. I'd have played the right middle, then the left middle, then come back to the right middle. To give yourself like an insurance on just in case.
It's gone quite far with the cube.
It's got with it.
Could have the angle there to go into them.
Jake just sent me over the team sheets finally, so we will know who's playing every game. Let's play that one a bit.
Nice red on it. Left of the three goes, but cue ball's running into the back.
It's not bad shot. He's landed alright. Even if he leaves the top yellow on, he's still, I think, okay. Just watch how this red moves. He's okay. It's a good pass. He's landed safe there behind the black.
Does the yellow pass?
Might force off the draw. I think you just play it soft into the draw, bump the black out a little bit, and let your opponent go. Let your opponent try it. Just don't leave the bag open. Which he kind of has done. Good keyboard though. Make it slightly harder. Play safe. It's like a rat pussy, but play safe.
It's the only shot really has.
Left him a gap. I'm not completely sure what it is.
Body language suggests he has cover.
This would be my kind of shot where I'd hit the black first and pot it. It just always is my kind of like running.
Not waiting it.
Not for the rail. I set to fall, right?
Cheers, man.
That reminds me of Trapper 5 card. Fucking useless. Sorry, no, this one.
Retracted that one.
Yeah, that's retracted.
I can message in the YouTube chat. What order would you take in these then, bro?
To the comp you are with a double, to be fair, I would not be playing for a double because I don't like them. I'll be playing the top one of the two together into the middle, then to play the other one into the bottom right to float above the one on the rail to play it down the rail.
Oh.
That's a foul. The ref should be calling that. That's a definite double contact. Turn the volley.
And there's the frame, 2-0.
Let me quickly pull up the team sheets. Next up we have Jacob and Jimmy. Jacob from Staffs, Jimmy from
What's the surname?
Hazeldean is Jacob.
Lovely. Well, here's Jacob. Would you like to give a rundown of who he is as a player?
He started last year with, when I was there, I don't know him that well, to be honest. He kind of ebbed in and out of the size. I didn't get to see him that much, but apparently he has come on quite a bit.
Okay. He was playing Jimmy, was it?
It is playing Jimmy. We do know Jimmy. We know Jimmy well.
You know Jimmy well, veteran of the game. Used to play snooker before he started with a pool. Started coming about, I think it was a year and a half ago, 2.5 years ago, was it?
Oh, it's longer than that.
Time's
My
flying.
second year, I think. I think it's about 3 years ago now.
Jesus. Well,
He's
he's
an
been
old
playing
boy.
for a decent while now. Not sure why his nickname's listed as Jimmy.
I'd have put him as Bottle Job.
Yeah, that's probably fair. Should be getting better results than he is.
Knocking every long ball you can see, but then miss the dolly at the end. Which is probably about right for Jimmy, I can't lie. Not sure who broke that. I think Stats broke that, didn't he?
Yeah, it's like a...
Not bad split. You can get a good first ball, you're alright here. Just getting the first ball, really. Wonder if the yellow goes through the middle.
Because the red might be blocking it.
Can't see, the camera angle's very deceiving. Yeah, red's blocking it. I'd argue touch up, to be honest. There's no natural... No good first ball that you're not leaving your opponent something easy if you miss it. I just play off this yellow and just touch up now. That's the right shot. Did well to not going off.
Asking the same question. What ball to take? They're split nicely, but...
I think I would push the yellow he's closest to down to the bottom of the table and try holding the white to the red. Or at least get it on the left hand side of the red so he doesn't have an easy yellow the same that he's left it. I think yellow's at the better ball now. He's taking the red. It's not gone. I think Jimmy's got to go now. Everyone's got a home.
Just one rail shot. Potentially a double. If you trust the tables. Playing on some top standard tables, so you should trust them.
Just benign, those slide like anything. I think I'll play down for it now. Play down for the red ball straight away. Get out of the way. Probably come a bit further down, but he's okay. He can take it if he still wants to.
Potentially a decent. Just didn't get into it.
Yeah, you want to be close to the red, really. You want to be on par with the red. Almost in line with the blue spot, just to stroke it in. Still okay though. Just drop it in, you're still in the next yellow. Hit it very thick. Still good standing now.
Left a brilliant chance here for the Reds. Potentially could clip this back to the right.
You're not one to the left of the cube.
It looks like what he's looking at, but...
Oh no, there's one up above the cube. Oh, okay. I think the one below it.
Oh, no.
I got to say, that's a thing, of course. I think if this one goes, take this one now. You potentially going out.
Oh, maybe.
Might have sneaked by. It's not a back cue ball though. You leave him. You covered the bottom left for the yellow, which is good. You leave him in a simple middle because he's a ball, but he's still got a bit of work to do on the bottom left. He's kind of got to play behind it for the middle, hasn't he? At some point. Don't really want to be breaking into them because the black's there as well. Just cue this one out. It's not bad. I think next one. Does it go to the red? They look too close together for me. Unless you're just trying to make an issue, which I don't hate. Yeah. Again, it's one of them shots I think if you're playing against a better player, you never play it.
I think I heard talk between some of the Keele lot earlier. They were saying, if it's not on, just open your balls up. You'll have a clearance chance later.
At this standard, probably yes. At uni standard, yes. That's bang on. A lot of the uni players can't finish their own dinner, so...
No. Got the microwave meals out.
Not like you.
really.
Do you think knock your red out here? Maybe try and tuck in behind the yellow, or put the red behind the yellow. Even lost a turn, but you're still in better position than he is. So even if you lost a turn, you've still got good reds on everywhere. There's nowhere really can leave you when you're not on a red, really. I think just drop it drop the red behind the yellow, and you're alright here. That's not terrible. Doesn't really help you though in the long term. The red still not great.
Probably would have wanted to get the red out more, yes, but left decent cover. Gives Jimmy something to think about.
Yeah, I don't agree with the kick here, to be honest. I couldn't see if that was a foul. Didn't look like it, from what I could see.
Nothing called for us.
Do you now back yourself at the plant into middle? But kind of screw the white onto the rail, well, off the yellow onto the rail, just to leave a hard shot if you do miss it. Or not leave much if you miss it. So everyone's got a home. I wouldn't take this one.
Is that the reason you're not taking it? Or?
Problem with the mark, it's not stable.
Thank you, Tara.
Is that any better?
Testing. On the stream deck, it seems that my mic isn't doing anything, but on the...
That's better. Love that. Okay, so I'm not a technology person, so don't ask me.
We've been placed in this room with a bunch of gear and no idea.
That's one of the Monday League teams, that is. The name is all good, no idea. That's not a bad safety. That's a great safety, actually.
Very nice.
What are your predictions on the score?
God knows at this point.
Oh, got the
Well,
kick. I'm going to say 11-2 to Keele.
Well, there's a staff's representative there. Let's go 11-3, just, sound a bit nicer. Wait, 11?
I'm not that nice, to be honest. We just turned it up.
Ooh. And we're back.
So what's just happened here? He's missed the red to corner. Touch up behind the Alice. Just drop off the one on the left hand side.
Massive
dead
target
pace.
for the cue ball.
Yeah, you can't really not get in behind this. Ooh. And he's managed not to.
It's a better shot.
It looks like he played a bit better side. I don't think he needed to. You just catch it just off the full ball and you drop behind it naturally anyway. I think that's a turn, try to get safe. Play the one down the rail planned with a bit of touch, try to get behind the two that are together.
Again, it's a big target for the safety.
That's the shot.
Oh,
That's the one.
and
That's
it
a great
goes.
poke. That's a great shot.
It's blocked a lot of the lines.
It's always the target though, that was. It was a massive target. If you hit one of them, you probably stick behind them. I would argue he's favoured for the frame with his potting, I'm not going to say that. It's a good poke from Jimmy. He's got out of it and he's made it. Ooh.
Wiped its feet, but made it.
Took the rail one first with a bit of top.
Just needs to cue it clean, make sure the top takes. Get around the other yellow.
He's looking playing safe. I don't hate the safety because even if you get out of it, you'd probably put your yellow on the bag and leave yourself a dollar yellow from wherever you are. But yeah, it's played safe. It's going to go there. Oh. played it too well.
Can clip this to the corner, but the cue ball is absolutely flying at angles there.
The cue ball will slide like anything on this table as well. The cloth's so fine and so fast. It's a good shot though.
Oh.
Well, he's not far off the enough here, I don't think. Depends on the angle exactly. Can't actually tell. Yeah, I think he's not far enough. If he goes the other way though, I think he'll clip the red first. Cut it back on itself. Right idea. Let's give him a chance though. These have got to go now. Should have got to go middle first, I think, unless he's playing safe. I don't hate the safety, but it's not hard to get out of. If he pushes any closer to that bag, he's got a freebie next shot. Can he unrail it? Let's look at the top now. I think he's got a one cushion of the side cushion he's now closest to. That's where I'd be going, to try and make it not play it out more. It doesn't hurt him as such, but it's not on a bag though. Just take one of the top two. If you get it, go. If you don't get it, you're probably okay.
Just top in this middle one through.
Yeah, just play. That's the way. Good queuing. That's great queuing. I'll drop this in the middle, float down for the rail ball, then play for middle corner. Just soft screw this a little bit just to use the rail so you don't float down too much. You don't want to track all the way down the table, kind of like that. It's got away with it though.
Just needs to make sure he's on one of the next ones.
Got two options really. Can I drop it dead pace and play the middle of the corner, or screw off the side rail, come back out for both in the same bag that they're in now? I'd rather screw out because it gives you more margin, I think. Even if you land alongside of one of them, you're always going to be guaranteed be back on the other one anyway. Can't really go wrong if you screw it out, unless you don't screw it enough. Or screw it like that, straight into the reds. Played it a bit
close to the red.
Bit thick for me. Does it go? Is the red in the way?
It does creep past the middle.
I'm legally blind, so I can't tell you. I don't hate it. Play it safe cue ball, I think, yeah. Play it red off, almost quarter ball, just go off the top side cushion, top cushion, come back out in the middle. Try getting back behind the other red that you're playing. It's not too bad. That's alright. Yeah, it's a good shot, good line.
Option for the one cushion kick here.
Do we know how the women's game's getting on?
Not a clue.
You're in that society, so I'll let you check it for me.
I assume they haven't got a live scorecard on.
I am not sure. I'm assuming someone will put it in the chat like they normally do.
I believe it's being streamed on Keele Paul's Instagram page. So if anyone wants to go check the women, if the standard of this game is getting a bit too much for you.
Oh, he's got away with it. Look at that.
Oh,
He kissed off the black, off the cushion and back out. Perfect.
it's the obvious shot to be fair to him.
I'm not sure he played that quite like that, but he got away with it massively. Seeing some other people like running like that. Got running like Usain Bolt.
And he left it.
Is that any better? Oh, I thought he bottled that. That was nearly the box one, that was. Oh,
Jesus.
absolute dolly black, and he nearly misses it.
And if he had missed it, they're sitting there, those reds are. It's 3-0 to Keele.
Already? Where's my phone? Let's pull up this the stream.
I think you've got Wi-Fi. I haven't, so.
Let me pull up the stream 1 second.
Who is it playing in the next set?
We've got Callum and Josh. Callum C-string from Staffs. There we go. Called Calster. I didn't much assuming just because his name's Callum. He's also a snooker player, used to be. Keele's like a dream, but misses dollies. Kind of like Jimmy's, to be fair.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly the same then. And who's Callum playing?
Playing Josh.
Josh. Well, this is Josh. Touched upon briefly. Qualified as a referee for football. Hopefully he's better at that than he is at pool. Nicknamed Dinosaur. I think we gave him the introduction earlier, didn't we?
Just a little bit, yeah.
We thought he was playing, he was just refereeing. Well, here's Sam racking the balls up, but that doesn't mean he's playing, as we've learned.
Yeah, I think they're racking their own breaks, I believe.
I think they're racking like so it's someone who's not involved in the play.
Yeah. So I mean, reffing their own breaks. That's what I mean.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
So your team ref your break.
Well, if it is, then I'm guessing it's Josh. Yeah, it is Josh. Right? Yeah, he looks thirsty. It's not running smoothly here.
Another dry break? Is that all 4 dry breaks so far, aren't they?
Got a comment from Nathan, not under his name. I'm not sure Brad will appreciate that one.
Nathan, I will not be saying that chant. You've got no chance, mate.
Nice to see Nathan's enjoying his day off from work, watching this. God knows
does
how he
Nate
gets
still
by.
play anymore? I've not seen him play in a while.
Well, he planned on retiring and then he was forced to play in a singles league. So technically he does still play. But
Do you have a singles league at Keele? Keele? Do you do one between the union?
we did one for the uni for qualifying for the books teams, and then there was a whole lot of drama around which players were chosen, which was kind of the point of doing the league. But
Yeah, I found that the issue was with running the society was always we got some banana on that. Was picking teams like whether you did it like opinion based or the manager picks teams or trials, leagues, like how you did it was always hard. Like,
right.
Did you lose to him? Did you lose to Nathan?
Let's just not comment on the score because I'm sure that he will.
Nathan,
don't worry.
what was the score, mate? Go on.
Nathan, you don't need to say that.
We need to know the score, Nathan.
It was a close game. Let's just go with that one.
What's the race to?
It's 15 frames to completion.
So I'm going to go 13-2.
Ah, okay, better. I lost 12-3.
Ah, okay, not far off. Not far off.
That's okay. He was going to say it regardless. I might as well say it before he does.
That's about what I expect to be honest from Brandon.
Oh.
So I did a singles league when we were in the union, but like it wasn't really. It was quite long and a lot of issues organising games and stuff like that. So I kind of fizzled out of it by the second year, passed on to someone else.
No matter what system you use for picking teams, there's always going to be someone upset. It's always the person who's left out. But
it's hard because normally you can take 2 teams to a comp, and then if you've got say 12, 13 players wanting to go, the few that don't just about make it in are arguing, or if players that normally you think are guaranteed A suddenly through the trials get in the B because they've had one bad night. It's hard to tell them no, you shouldn't be in the A, but it's hard to say to everyone else actually, you know what, they probably should be in the A. They just had one bad night, and like everyone knows in a race of 2, race of 3, anyone can beat anyone really.
yeah, exactly.
1 or 2 lucky frames, and anyone can lose to anyone.
And you also see in a lot of the singles leagues you'll have it's a long match, but at uni pool it's not a long match. It's either in teams it's 1 frame, or in the indies it's maybe 3 frames, and it's a whole different ball game.
That's the issue. I did it the entire time. We tried a few different methods. Originally we did trials, but it was like going over a couple of weeks because everyone wanted to play, and you got like say 20 players who want to play for 10 spots. To efficiently and properly do the trials, it's going to take a couple of weeks to properly get it right. And then when we changed it to that we'd have a vote on who's guaranteed their spot, and then do the trials for the rest that are a bit unsure, like for the ones that we don't know if they are in the A or are in a spot or not in a spot. and then that made more issues as well because people were moaning that I think I should be guaranteed and they shouldn't be guaranteed. I wish I'd just done it manager picks the entire time, to be honest, and if anyone got an argument they come see me, but it's just the hard thing about picking teams.
Well, it's been a bit of a safety frame while we've been talking. Not much to talk about, to be honest. I'm not even sure which colour, which player is. I believe Staffs are yellows.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
This is the type of frame that Josh favours himself for. He loves a safety frame. Whether he should or not is a different matter.
Boring player.
That's what we call him, dinosaur. Bit of a fossil around the table.
Just a quick shout out to Wendy. Big ups to you. Just saying it.
So what's Wendy's situation?
Relationship, please. I believe, I'm not sure.
Ah, yeah.
I'm still single as ever, though. That's
Oh,
pretty
brilliant. Adventurous cut shot there.
He's put it safe.
Two problem reds at the top of the table. Two near the rail on the right hand side. So we've got a viewer calling in, not calling in literally, but Anthony, hello. I hear that you're an excellent Valorant player. What's your KD? I'm sure he'll get back to us in a moment through the text message service that is Brad's phone.
Always landed safe.
Not ideal for the cue ball anywhere but there, really. Not quite sure why he took the pot on. Not much to go for.
And replied in the YouTube chat saying prefer not to say.
Mm.
Does that mean it's negative, Anthony? Is it? Do you have a negative KD?
Misses the yellow. Didn't slide enough for him. These reds don't look bad, but I'm sure Josh will find a way to make them look bad.
I think if you're going, I'll take your bad ball by the yellow first, surely. If you're not going, then just get your one off the rail first, and you can kind of work your way around it.
I think he's going to look to play this one up the rail. If he misses, he's leaving nothing. Because I don't think the yellow at top goes past the red.
See, with these, it might just force off the knuckle. These tables play so far and so quick that you can just kind of drop it onto the knuckle and it'll just take that in. It's not a bad shot.
Very well.
I'm still confused about what he's doing. If he's going now, then why? Or do you play safe with this one?
I don't
You get your
think
really bad ball. That's one on the bag, and just leave the white behind you, the red next to it.
I don't think he'll be going, but he'll take a few out and then play a safety. That's my guess. Not saying it's the right shot, but it's my prediction.
I think he's trying to force that too much for me. Because now you're creating an issue where you can't go either the bottom balls. Not guaranteed, at least. If you go up the table, you potentially open up the bag for the yellow, which is not good for you either. I think you should have played safe. Should have just pulled back a little bit. Massive bag and still missed it. I mean, he's landed okay. Like, Callum can't do much with the yellow here. He's either got to play a hard double and then something with the other yellow, or drop it in the middle and still play something with the other yellow. It's a hard shot to play either way.
There's not many places to leave this cue ball.
No, I think we take maybe the treble to get the white on the table. Or the double, to be fair.
Play the double, got the
Got
angle.
it.
That's
Shot,
a
that's a shot, that's
wonderful
Callum.
shot.
He cues like a dream sometimes, and sometimes he misses absolute dollies.
This is where he swings around the angle, lands plumb on the black, and then
Oh, that's a good nudge. That's a
never
great
mind.
nudge. There's table one.
really well played there.
There's one of the two I suggested. I thought Callum would get a frame, to be fair. Callum is he's steady player, he cues well.
I seen him playing at one of his first comps after he joined, and I thought, good quality standard here. Staffs could have a good team, and then all of a sudden, all your best players left.
Yeah, we all left in 1 year, didn't we? We had what, like me, Jake, Alex, Kyle, and all left at the same time. It's like pretty much our full A team just went in one go. Even now, if we do alumni comp, we're all dreadful now. Kyle doesn't play at all, and barely plays, and I mean barely. I've not spoken to Jake in a while, to be fair. Alex moved away, so he doesn't do any comps with us anymore. I wonder if we bring Ryan in. I love Ryan.
Bumped into Woody the other day.
Jake, did you?
Yeah. He was down playing us for a little bit. I had to go tell the bar staff to, like, yeah, just let him in. He's fine.
Why was he being argumentative?
He wasn't being argumentative, it's just obviously with the guest policy.
Well, at least that was one good finish for the day.
Yeah.
At least we haven't got nothing to write home about.
Cue balling off in the middle. Ooh.
Is that 3 in-offs and 5 breaks, I want to say, and 2 dry?
That one was a bit harsher. Came off about 3 balls, but split's not ideal. Not the best bit hit break. Looking at yellows.
I mean, there's an argument for yellows. I don't hate it. You get across this one here to break the one out. It's a nice shot.
Always got the yellow near the blue spot to the top corner.
It's if he's straight on it, he's okay. If he's not straight, he doesn't want to play it now. Because you can kind of guarantee being on that ball next shot when you're playing to the black in a second. Which I think, if he's not straight, I'd do that. I'd play into the black now. Try to get the black full in the face. Break the yellows out.
Yeah.
And then no matter what, you're on the top yellow, as long as you don't tuck behind the red.
Ooh.
He's kind of played into the red there. That's not really the best shot.
Not quite cued it right. Didn't top through, just...
Look kind of like he screwed it out. Tried to screw it, but screwing you over going into the red and not getting the black. Get the black full ball, both yellows split out, and your white comes out as well, doesn't it?
And now this could be a long frame now. I think it's Sean playing. Check him out on Instagram. Uni pool player. Not sure why he's took that burden on. He's probably not the best standard bearer.
I remember kicking off at your comp.
Him?
No, he kicked off at everyone else. He had to go.
Oh, he was.
Kyle, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was drunk, kicked off.
Yeah. He's got it in him. He's not the angriest player at Keele, but he's got it in him.
And then he kicked off, and Pez basically told him, like, you shut the fuck up or you go. And he was like, what the fuck, there's a staff player kicking off at me and you're defending him.
Oh.
And Pez was like, yes, you're in the wrong.
He's mellowed down quite a bit recently, to be fair to him.
Oh, we've got Jack Burgess. Big Burger. As I call him. I don't actually know what his nickname is, to be fair. I just call him Big Burger. Big man. Big chef.
Man behind our tech team.
Remember that TV show, the kids TV show? Big Chef, Little Chef.
Big Chef, Little Chef, yeah.
Yeah, Jack is Big Chef.
Ah, who's Little Chef?
We used to have a guy, I can't remember his name, he only came for half a year and then he dropped out of uni, but he was Little Chef. He was really nice as well. I think his name was Sam.
Sam?
Yeah, not Sam that I think you were going to remember, but different Sam.
That's unfortunate. I would have liked to meet Little Chef.
But Jack is Big Chef. So he's 30 now, he's old.
I think he said earlier something.
He's 30
I didn't really believe him, to be honest. Not as bad as Steph down in Exeter.
He's 30 and still at uni. And do you know what he studied?
What's
Esports.
Esports.
He studied esports at 30 years old.
So he's got a long career ahead of him.
Like, nothing screams virgin more than esports at 30 years old. I can't lie. I love Jack to bits, but...
Well, I'm sure we can change that sometimes. Hello, Jack.
Is that an offer?
Well, yeah, if he watches this back. Yeah.
Jack, if you watch it back, Brandon's in your DMs. There you go. Love
It's
that.
always outstanding.
Surely you just cut this to middle, screw it off that one off the bottom cushion, play the double. This is a bit too high of an angle to score off the bottom cushion. Maybe you've got to can't tell
Screwback
from...
might be close to the
Yeah,
corner
that's
pocket
what I'm
there.
thinking. Yeah, it is. It looked a bit less angled than that, to be fair. Oh, actually, you could still screw off the bottom cushion. You just come a bit wider than I thought. You probably come close to the black off the bottom cushion, which close to the black is where you kind of want to be, right? Really. Oh, I think he went for the treble.
Treble was blocked. Double might have gone. But nice cue ball. Can't see it right now. There we are.
I think again, just pull back here, just play a bit safe. It's got nothing easy to go at, nothing really. Just drop off one of the top balls, leave it awkward. Preferably on the right hand side of the table. I think it does him.
He's got cover behind the red by the looks of it.
Yeah. But even if he used to play the yellow behind the reds, Jack should just knock him in then. And then you're out. Just keep playing the long game with him. If anything, that helps Jack more.
Develop the red, yeah. He would have looked to miss that red.
What do you think? Do you think play the player or play the game?
Depends on how well you know the player. But generally speaking, in Uniport, I think he played player.
I think often you play the player. Like if you know they're bad at a bad shot, leave them to a bad shot.
Yeah.
If they make it fair play. But I've always got told play the game, don't play the player. But I think if I'm going to leave a tight snooker against a bad player, then I know I'm going to get it. But if against a good player, I know they're going to get out of it and probably either get safe or maybe disturb something.
Okay. I see.
So for me, I think against the better players, I'm more likely to take on a slightly harder finish with the pressure knowing that if I miss it, I lost. But normally that pressure helps. Because I feel like if there's not pressure on a visit, then you don't really take them properly. There's a bit of pressure on it, and you know you've got to make it, and you take them better, I think.
Cue ball went close there. And up for the apology.
You play better against better players, don't you?
Oh yeah, easily.
It was one of the last player comps, Tarek, the one that Ryan won the Indies. Not quite sure which one, when it was. I think it was summer last year.
Might have been
or
last
this
summer, yeah.
academic year or something like that.
I think it was last summer, yeah.
Not sure, to the top of my head.
Yeah, as I say, one of the things being spoke about earlier was realistically, you're not playing players like in top divisions in local leagues. You're playing players who are decent uni players.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be rushing clearances when you don't need to.
That's what I mean. That's why against a lot of the uni comps, like I just tend to pull back, make the game slightly harder for them, and they don't know what to do. They kind of fumble with it. You don't need to be chasing horrible finishes because knowing them, they'll miss an easy ball, get lucky, and you're safe because you've got one ball left. If you've got 7 balls left when they do it, you normally mop them up with them.
These types of players will struggle to play a safety if you've got many targets.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if you know Tarek, then yeah, let us know.
I just said it's the one last year.
I knew it was last year. There's a lot of comps in the
It
calendar.
was the players one. It was definitely the players one.
When Sean I remember comps where people are kicked off. I don't remember specific individuals.
Yeah.
I think every comp there's someone.
It was definitely a players one because I remember being on one of the screen tables at the front, with stickers on everything, the match tables. And Kyle was the one in the middle, one of the middle tables, and something kicked off. I don't even know what it was. I can't remember, to be honest, but I remember having time to calm down.
Oh, cue ball.
I think it was the first comp since you got fat Tarek, to be honest. And you lost your man bun.
I remember the incident with a certain Mr. Kai Richards, but I think that was a different comp.
Is that Longton comp?
Well, no, not okay. Yeah, that was an incident, but I was thinking of a different one.
when he put his foot through the wall, that was amazing. It wasn't amazing because I had to deal with it because I worked at Longton at the time.
Ooh.
And
Had to try and
was running the
de-escalate.
comp, yeah, and had to kind of like mediate between the two. Love you really, Tarek. I missed the man bun though. Your man bun suited you. Dead pace, Jack. Dead pace. That's a bad shot.
Red's come out a bit much. Still can pot it, but the cue ball's flying into this yellow.
Yeah. So I think you kind of use the yellow, don't you? And yeah, get back under it. It's not bad.
Tough shot on the black, but if he makes it,
Straight double. Punch it. It's a corner. Is he playing cross-cut double? the yellow. Off the yellow.
Ooh.
Get knuckles.
Not the worst lead. One tough pot. If he makes it,
Yeah,
it should be frame.
The cue balls are. I think you kind of drag the cue ball a bit, don't you? Just to kind of stay not to the middle of the table, to the right hand side of the table, but a little bit low, but not kind of going close to the black or coming too low. Because if you come too low, you land on the yellow. You kind of want to drag it just so it floats in. A bit too hard for me, but cued it well. Landed all right.
Himself with a flop. Just top it off one cushion, black to middle.
I think it's a bit long, to be fair. I think he bit of bottom stone just to drag it off the bottom cushion.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Camera's deceptive, and my eyes aren't the best of the best stones. And there's the frame.
That 4-1 already? That is 4-1 already. Let me pull up that team sheet again. Give me 1 second. We're on frame 6, and I believe, if my screen will stop turning around, it is Sim and Byron. So we've got Simeon and Keele. Mr. Curly Whirly, Simeon. Absolute poser. Loves his cheeky holidays away. Just can't cue a ball, unfortunately.
Well, that seems like a problem today.
I think it's just a staff problem, to be honest.
It seems like it's a problem for both unis today, to be honest with you. Who is
I think we've seen, it was Byron. We've seen one good finish, really, and that was, I think, Callum's.
Yeah.
The one that staffs won. And that was a tough finish to take out, to be fair.
Sim will be playing Byron ball. Found out recently he had to find out his cue make for this graphic. He found out it's worth, I think he said $5.50 was the listing he found online.
What's his cue? Champion cue.
Yeah.
What? It's what, Tina Wilshire or something like Joe Harris?
LP apparently.
I'm not sure what that is, to be honest.
Well, that's what he said, but apparently it's listed for a decent amount. But he had no idea, so.
I know my cue's 41 years old now.
Jeez.
It's a very old cue, made in 1984. It was my granddad's cue. It is a Riley's gold coin. No idea what that means. It's before my time, but it's a nice cue.
That sounds nice.
Very old Riley's cue, before Riley's went to pot, really, with their current standard of clubs. Did you go to the comp in, was it Chester we went to?
Chester.
Where we all dressed up and everything?
Yes.
Fancy dress?
Yeah.
We went, I think I was Scooby-Doo. The atmosphere in that room was dreadful, like, it was pitch black in the room, no table lights at all.
Oh yeah. Well, that Riley's has changed ownership twice in the past 2 years, so.
Yeah, and then the tables were dreadful. Like, they pulled off every which way.
Oh yeah, when it was a Riley's it was bad. Last year, and it's chalkies now. Can't remember what it was in between. The in between the tables were quite nice, to be fair, but with chalkies it was quite bad.
I went to see a friend, well, see Ant, who's in the chat not long ago.
Shout out Ant.
Wellingborough Q Sports. The tables are so quick there. I genuinely, from playing on the ultimate table when we did the junior shootouts and everything, to a couple months later playing on that tables in the club felt faster than the ultimate table. They felt nippy than anything. It took me, I had to tell you, we went for 3 hours the first day, and probably the last half an hour I probably got used to it. Then the second and third day I got properly used to them and actually started like cueing a ball. But it did take a good bit of time. They're so quick. It's quick enough that you feel like you're excelling in every shot. If you know what I mean, like because you're scared of the pace.
Yeah.
Like you touch a ball and it goes halfway at the table and you're like, I don't know what I've done here. Really tickled it.
Some interesting lags on that day then.
Yeah, to be fair, it was just a. I wouldn't say bad. The tables were lovely and they played really nice. Once you got used to them, it's just obviously the pace, not what I expected, and obviously not being there really much before. Lovely venue though.
Well, the Keele lot were playing speaking of Riley's, in a comp in Coventry this weekend. So that was Coventry Riley's. I was down with them.
Oh, the one with the hotel next door to it. Is that the Riley's in Cov? I think I've been there before, but they hosted one
There's
in my first year at uni.
next to it.
Sorry?
There's a multi-story car park just next to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the hotel, right? Yeah. So you go in, and then there's a sitting area on your right, and then the bar's on your left. There's a stairs behind you to go upstairs to the room. The pool's like at the back of the room when you go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one we went to. Like I think my first year. I think I did the semis in that comp. I lost to Elliot Lloyd in the semis.
Oh, tough draw.
Well, the only thing is, he lost in the final to. I can't remember his name. He won our comp as well. From Hallam, Ginger lad. I've got him somewhere on my phone. I just can't think of who it is. But he lost to the lad in the final. Who I beat this lad in the second round, and I didn't lose a frame to him. It just happened to be that he got away for the losers and won through, and when I lost, there was no second lives then. They took second lives out.
Was it for the last 16 they took the...
Yeah, I think it was last 8 there.
Oh, okay.
But it was a good game. So I lost to Elliot Lloyd in the semis, then he lost to this lad here, what's his name?
Not too sure I recognise him.
Ryan Clewitt from Hallam. He's a very good player. He's a very, very class player. I think it was world rules, and I think beat him 3-0 in the second round. Then played Ant first, and then beat him 3-0.
Shout out
Then
in the chat.
didn't even know he was at that time, and then he came all the way through the losers and won it. And then when I got told he'd won it, I was like, I beat him 3-0 in the first round. I thought he wasn't that good, and then realised like it was actually class, and probably just had a bad game, or maybe just didn't play his best that game. I know a lot of like uni comps, like someone will come through the losers that'll batter everyone. Like who even was that?
This is the plant boy fair on it. Leaves these yellows.
A lot of people winning comps recently that I didn't think would ever be winning comps. My big one, nothing against him at all because I love him to bits, but Furzy.
Winning books, yeah.
Winning nationals, I did not have that on my 2025 calendar.
I don't think anyone really did, but he's played well, to be fair to him.
Yeah, I thought Matt Ryle is the better player by far overall. Matt had a bad game for his standard, definitely for his standard, but there's quite a few in the semis and the quarters. I thought that like the standard just isn't there this year. Like there's so many players in there that you wouldn't put really in the top 30 uni players, top 50 uni players. Never mind the top 8 in the country.
I think the standard's fallen off this year. I think there was last like 3 years, it was quite high.
Yeah,
a lot of people have finished up.
Like I thought, I came down to book to watch the Staffs lads for one of the days. I was speaking to Lewis Walker. I met him. Well, I knew him from Newcastle Uni anyway, but I saw him at the England trial tournament last year, and he was there as well. And I said to him, I was like, "Yeah, you're not wrong, Tarek. It's bang on." But I said to him, I was like, "You should be winning this comp, if not minimum like semis final."
It's a poor shot.
And he went out to the second round.
Second round, Jesus.
Just to apparently an absolute useless person who couldn't cue a ball. And then you've got a few players making it all the way through that I never thought would be there. That's a good shot.
Really good recovery.
Good recovery. 5-1. I think Tarek started the trend of standard going down, to be honest. Who have we got on it? We've got Aiden and Jimmy. The big ginger kettle reffing.
I'm going to leave you briefly to go use the facilities.
No problem. We're not peeing in a bottle, let's bang out of the way. That is so wrong. Not the best break I've ever seen, to be honest. Got a ball though, and they've split well. Didn't hit them well though. I think Yala's are the better ball, from what I can see. Kind of rushes his shot there, doesn't really look at what he's going for. Big issue being getting on the one on the bottom right, really. Do we get on it now? Play this one to the bottom left first and get on it straight away. Okay. rushed that one quite a bit. Red's not bad if the one by the yellow goes. You can kind of drop onto the one on the rail as well, if it goes. I think that's his problem ball. If he gets to that, could be gamey from Jimmy. It's not bad if you can stop it through, get on the rail ball, and get back out on it. You should be game. This is bad ball done with straight away. And 4 drop ends and just a slightly tricky black, but land behind it, you're absolutely fine. Bit of a thin cut, but it's makeable. He just needs to control the white, make sure he doesn't land on the top rail or go too far at the table. You want to just be kind of just above the blue spot at most here, just trace it in. Always put a bit of side on though. A bit too much as well.
Just received news from the women's game. 4-1 to Keele currently, first to 6.
4-1 to
Keele.
yeah, I expected as such. Who's the women's team this year for the women's?
What do you say? Who's the women's team?
Yeah, who's the women's team for women for Keele this year?
Arta, Beth, and someone. I'm well informed, as you can tell.
Is
I know
Emily not playing?
No.
She at uni anymore?
She's at uni. I think she mostly hangs out with the staff slot now.
Yeah, I have seen her around with the staff slot, but I didn't. I thought she'd still play for you guys at least. Or
So obviously a lot of random drama, not worth getting into. Both parties at fault at times. Standard.
valid. Emma's not a bad player. She's on the women's tour this year, isn't she?
If she was playing for Keele, she'd be in the team guaranteed. But
Would you say she's
I don't think she wants to play for Keele.
Charlotte, Arthur, and Beth?
Charlotte. I thought it'd be Charlotte, the other player. I wasn't certain.
Is Charlotte Josh's missus?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know her. I'm terrible with names, to be honest. It's not my forte. These should be gone. Either Baldy should be gone, really. Take the rest of the corner, red to middle, plant, back out for the one. They're on the rail. It's too far on it, way too far on it.
Well, not far enough if he was playing for top corner.
I think just drop it through and play the middle. Drop it through and you play the middle naturally come down for the plant, don't you? I think he's complicated that for me. Unless he's played to leave it to last ball.
Yeah, could be not wanting to play a plant straight away. Or last, sorry. Flustered now.
It's not hit that the best either again you can control it. But you kind of leave yourself a bit of distance.
Probably top this through, leave it a bit further than it is now. Play to the top left corner.
So I mean, you leave yourself a hard shot, aren't you? Really, you're not guaranteed to be easy on the black here. I think it's not far off the enough really if it's it hard.
I think he'll just look to stroke this in, top it off the top cushion. Oh, maybe not. Look at me trying to predict a
So
shot.
I mean, if he tops it in off the top cushion, he might just catch the draw, which is what I'm saying. Which I think's why he screwed it. Yeah, because he might have been tracing it out. Again, got to be going. These can't be missed.
Left the angle on the yellow to just come down the table. Then you're in your work.
You stun it out, you can top it off the rail, you've got so many options here, just get out. That's not bad, that's good.
Perhaps wanted it a fraction further, but not a problem.
I think okay. Would you argue, just for argument's sake, I'm not me being a tit, I definitely argue it now. I'd have gone that one and took the bottom right one, just play the black out and you're guaranteed on the middle anyway. Now you've got to take a double though, you've got to take the double. Or just knock it on the bag and play safe. Again, just guarantee yourself you're coming up to the table.
He's looking at a double.
I hate the double.
Ooh.
It's a bad cue ball though, it's a dreadful cue ball.
Looks like he cued across the top the shot. Well, I put a fraction aside on that.
I think treble to the corner maybe? If you're going to go for it. Oh, it goes to
the
double.
double win. It's a
I didn't
very
look
good shot.
Didn't look at the angle at all.
I thought it had to be back treble if he was playing it that way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Fair dues.
5-2.
That's why we commentate not playing. Because we're dreadful.
The standard's actually been excellent. We just don't know what we're talking about.
Innit?
So who's up now then?
Let me have a quick look. I am trying to find it. So that was. So we're next. We got Jacob and Josh.
What's Jacob's surname? Is it
Hazelden? Yeah.
What's it? Already ran through this. We already ran through both of them, didn't we? Not really much to add.
Speak for yourself, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't run for anyone. Let's come back on.
Could be. Although you did predict 2 frames at the start, so.
Yeah. You set low expectations, yeah. You can't be disappointed, can you, really?
Bullet break racking up here. That's Sean's nickname. The question is he more of a Kalashnikov or BB gun when he's playing his breaks?
I'd argue a water gun, to be honest. It's not a bad split. It's not hitting great though again. Another dry break. Again, yellows, look at these. It's one of them that you just can't not be good. If that black goes to the corner, which I think it does.
Black goes to corner, yellows are sitting pretty. If it goes to, even if it goes to middle, guaranteed.
Yeah.
You just have to land on it.
I'd be leaving the well, I think we're playing the plant here. Play the plant on the table.
Rail.
Yeah, just soft. Just don't make sure you don't push it behind the red.
Leave yourself guaranteed on that one, or you have the options of some of the others at the bottom.
Yeah, just dead pace. Nothing too hard, too silly. Like pushing behind the red like that.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that and knowing you're pushing behind the red, I think you play it harder to push the red out. But for me, just drop it. You drop it dead pace, it goes, and you don't need to even use the red. It doesn't need to be there. Now you've made an issue for yourself that you never really should have had. And definitely now, black
definitely goes, yeah.
Suddenly reds aren't looking too bad.
Looking at middle of the free here.
I'm not sure if they're moving any of them, but it's worked out for him. More case that if that bottom left red doesn't go, he shouldn't be chasing. Let's see if nowhere near that goes. Has he got a natural red to get off the yellow? He could use one by the black if he lands behind it now. Plays this one he's closest to, land behind the black, and use the one close to the black to play off the yellow, but it's a tough shot. And he's tried to move it instead. And now he's in a world of hurt for no reason.
Another problem for him is this red near the snooker black spot doesn't go to either of the 2 corners.
I think that they chase a lot of things that just aren't there for me. One of the hardest things. Knowing when to pull back is, I think, one of the biggest things about the game.
I think a lot, especially with the new rule set, the international rules, a lot of people took that as always chase, but
yeah, it's not always the right idea. Like, I know you can't just cover bags anymore, which everyone used to love, but like, there's so many. You can play safe without actually playing safe, in terms of just either making it hard or just not going. Because a lot of the times, if you don't want to go, they don't want to go either. If you put them in a position where they want to go or they've got to go, then you're in the winning position, really.
not left much to go for here.
It's a big bag off the yellow if he wants to go for it. It is there. The one in the close to the blue spot. Big bag off the yellow and game is on if you get it. That's a loose one.
Broke out the problem red. Broke out both problems really.
Yeah, reds have got to be going now.
Just has to take his time with these ones.
Drop the middle. Come down through the middle. Play across. It should be done.
No shot clock obviously in this, so all the time in the world to play with. No excuses for missing these types of chances.
Is he playing for the plant here? Does the plant go? yellow looks like it's in the way from this camera, but it might not be. I'm assuming it's not, to be honest, with how he's playing it. Yeah, I think the plant, you can get the plant. Another one of them, just make sure you're on the second ball. Drop. Ooh. Bit lucky that hasn't dropped too fair. If that drops, he's in it. Again, in an awkward position where he's got to force a cue ball from nowhere.
Problem to get up to the top corner.
Just go up the rail. Nothing silly. Not too hard because you don't come behind the yellows. That's not too bad.
A little bit further than you'd want, but
I think control of the bottom cushion.
guaranteed position for the red.
Yeah, I wouldn't drop it. I'd control the bottom cushion with the left hand side, just bring it back to the rail. Because if you land, if it's too short, you land on line with the black spot, you're still fine. If you land too far and you're on line with the blue spot, you're still fine. Like, you've got a bigger margin for error if you want the bottom cushion. If you drop it, you definitely give yourself a hard shot, and really, not a hard shot, but a longer range shot for no reason. Just bottom left, off the bottom cushion, bring it back to pretty much where the red is now, if not a bit closer to the rail.
That goes to all backs.
That for me is a bad shot.
Yeah, he's left himself snookered there.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, it's one of them. It's at that distance where you can kind of play it in a way you know you're going to get it on the bag minimum, if not potted. But it's just uncontrolled for no reason. If you get it, you're going to leave yourself on at minimum the drop to middle. Just don't play it too hard. Dead pace off the cushion. Just clip it over to the bag. If you get it, great. If you don't, you're still in the game. Too thin.
Same again. These yellows all go.
If he's straight on the first ball, which is the issue. Too straight on the first ball, I think. I think just drop it in, take the one close to the blue spot down to the corner and leave the white safe. If you get it, again, you go. If you don't get it, you don't go.
Ooh. Has it left a gap?
I think cushion first, off the yellow. Yeah, cushion first, off the yellow, that'll fly. There's no issues there. Should be a given, it should.
He's missed it. Solo in the commentary box now. Brad has wandered off briefly, so now I can say what I like. I am going to quickly close the door because I fear outside noise. Emanating live from Plaza Pool in Staffordshire. Little box room just next to the main pool room. I think there's a comp going on right now. But yeah, these yellows are nice. Just need to make sure he lands on this one to left middle at some stage. Because it does go, but you need something after. Just drops it in nicely. Probably top this. Now the problem is the black really doesn't go to top right, which is the nicest bag for it where it is. Played the cue ball nicely, but it's a good leave. Again, cushion first is the shot, but he missed the last one he took on. Not guaranteed position on the black, even if he makes it, and the yellows are sitting pretty. If he moves the red, the black goes to that top corner. It's a tough position for Josh here. He's got cover, he's played it well. We just look at the other camera. He might be able to squeeze past that yellow, but these camera angles are deceptive. Might just play off the spin, leave the cue ball, over into the table. He's missed it. That's ball in hand, and these should be going now. shouldn't need to say it, but after some of what we've seen today, not sure I like the shot choice. Personally, I'd have taken probably a bit straighter an angle, just leave the black to middle. He's tried to come back. I think he's tried to get the cue ball near the blue line, leave himself to the top right corner, but it was tough. Has to take this double on now. Not a familiar table for him, could slide, and it has. And now it's a perfect angle to just float down. Bit of left hand side, flick off the side rail. Should land perfect on the next yellow. And now it's just a case again on the black. Should be 5-3 here, but a moment ago I said it should be 6-2. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. Playing the bottom yellow. Perhaps it was a bit too thick on the top yellow. Just playing the safety, but he's put the yellow into a more awkward position on the side rail. It's a good shot developed with black. Doesn't leave anything nice on. Could potentially go at this towards middle, but it's a high tower shot. I think he was aiming for beyond the yellow. This is the black.
Has he missed another black? I'm not quite sure how much chance it is. These should be done. These should be done.
Said that, I think, 4 times.
Oh, it doesn't surprise me, to be honest. Try to quick move the Staffs boys like one. Sort your life out now, come on. Yeah, you've had dollies for like 20 frames and missed them all. It's just a natural drop in. Just kill the pace a little bit with a bit of right hand side if you want to, or play twice across. The other thing you don't want to do is land on the right hand side rail. If you're not on the right hand side rail, or on the right side of the table, you're fine. I'd be playing a bit of side, but wouldn't be playing it naturally. It's a tough black. But I think if you play again with these tables, you play it at the right pace. You can always hit it bad and it still goes. The tables are so quick, you can just nip it into the bag. You can kind of play it like I'd be playing rail first because I feel like you can't miss these with these tables on rail first.
Shouldn't be missing it regardless.
Shouldn't. Way too hard. Again, he's missed that because he's played it too hard. No, I just touch this one on the bottom left. Like, go for it, but if you miss it, you're safe.
Even if you miss it, you
yeah,
can't
drop dead pace though. Or maybe a little bit harder. Come back down to the back spot on the snooker table. Yeah, good cue ball. Not the obviously pot miss, but the cue ball was where you wanted to be really. Just a float up to the top bag.
I think he'll look to just get the cue ball safe on the baulk end.
I'd be looking at getting the black in a position, I would. Yeah, it's the right shot. If he gets it, fair play.
Did not expect that, but
I think if you get it on the bag, you win the frame either way. If you get it close, you still make it issue, don't you? And cue ball was still awkward either way if you missed it. There's nothing natural to do there, was there really? Right, 6-2.
Well, getting close to
Let me have a look on the next players. Who just played again? It was Jacob. So next is Callum and Sean.
Don't think we did a rundown for Sean.
I think we did because we on about his kicking off, weren't we?
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I think we were just talking about him when he was racking up.
Just giving him some abuse.
Well, anyway, yeah, this is Sean. I'm notorious for kicking off occasionally. Not really sure what else to
Where's
say.
Sean from? He's from around here.
Originally, I'm not actually certain. I don't know the people that I know very well, I'll be honest with you. Apparently he's got a 7.5mm tip. I don't believe that, I'll be honest.
Is he had about his playing cue though? I think many of our team are like local, really. I know Jack from Stafford, which is obviously Staffordshire, so he's pretty local. But apart from that, I don't think anyone else is from. Oh, Jake Mill. He's not playing today, but Jake's from Stoke. We actually grew up together. To be fair, he lived across the road from me when I was a kid. Can't think of anyone else. Oh, there, anyone else is local. Jake Wood was local. He's from Franton. Lives up the road from here, actually. I think that's it.
We've got Tarek commenting in, Sean's from Stone, apparently.
Ah,
I thought he was fairly local.
not far off then.
I was going to say Crew, which is the wrong direction, but I think in the players team, not players team, Keele team, wearing players memorabilia. What was there? So there's Jimmy, is from around here, Fenton way, I think.
Is he? Jimmy's from Stoke?
Near it, I'm not exactly sure where. It's not. I don't think it's Fenton, but it's near enough here. Like it's round the corner from here.
Fair. I didn't know that. I thought Jimmy was. He seems a bit too posh for Stoke, can't lie.
He's a vegan, isn't he? So. And then there's Byron's from Crew.
Wild.
Sean allegedly from Stone. Who else is on the Keele team? I don't remember. Josh is from West Bromwich.
Ew.
Well, he's a West Brom fan. I'm not sure exactly where he's from, but somewhere near Wolverhampton. Yeah, but the proper team.
So not local, but not far off either. He's about like 45 minutes away.
Yeah, same ends as me.
Who's the other player?
Oh.
Jimmy, Josh, Sean, Byron.
Sam.
Sam, where's Sam from?
Sam is from Kidsgrove, I believe.
So again, not far.
Not far, no.
Oh, in fact, you're looking pretty local then, actually, really, mostly.
Keele's a bit more.
Josh from Dudley.
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 So yeah, I think Keele's slightly more cosmopolitan, but it's still like you're not gonna like it's normally like Manchester is the furthest north you go if you're from Keele. Alright, I don't need to listen to them because they tell me useless waffle, Tarek. I know where you're from, and that's all that matters.
Where's Type from?
The West Bank.
Okay, where's that?
Palestine.
Fair, valid. No more comments on that.
Quite surprised he's
Palestine, baby.
quite surprised he's got connection right now, to be honest.
They should be gone from Callum. It's kind of a bit unlucky, really, to be fair. I think he played it a bit thin. If he hits it full ball, probably hit the artist on the back. He's got a bit of a shot to play here, though.
Thin clip. Cue ball's probably running somewhere near them. Playing double. Not one of, I guess, just for safety.
Yeah, he's kind of put one yellow bad though onto really. It's not the best thing you could have played. These reds all should be flying in though.
One high tap shot here, and then could be away.
I feel like it's just me, you and Tarek talking at the minute. Just
Pretty
Tarek's in the
much,
chat, the only one. Where's Nathan gone?
He was enjoying his day off, and he decided that he didn't want to watch this anymore.
I don't blame him, to be honest.
Fair enough. Not making himself perfect, yeah.
The thing is, there's a few ways to think about this. He should be absolutely fine. Yeah. I don't see.
The big thing is just landing on the top red to right corner.
You can play back out into the middle now. Give yourself two options to get back on it. killed out a bit. That's not the best shot in the world. He's decelled on that quite a bit.
Play the double. Cue ball's going across and lands on the problem. Well, it's nice to have you here, Eric.
If he plays a cut, is he not in behind the yellow? I think he would have been if he got the cut. Oh, Nave's still here, big
Nave's still here.
My man friend. Me from Tino.
He's got his background audio while he's playing Overwatch, I'm guessing.
Imagine playing Overwatch. That is the issue. All about that Valorant for me.
I'd rather have the negative KD in Valorant than play Overwatch.
Yeah, I'm not an Overwatch fan. No, he's alright there, I think.
Just slip past, I think, yeah.
Just got enough. I like me Valorant, I like me CSGO, I like that kind of mechanic, I don't like Overwatch. Good control. Well done, Keele. Yes, Cal. That's 2 for 2 from Callum. Staff is the only player that's pulling up at the minute, I guess.
6-3 now. Still the chance to pull these back, the Staffs.
Yeah.
Right, we have to,
I can be impartial, but I'm with Staff tonight, I think. Next we've got Jack and Sam.
He's got the branded chair as Nathan.
Sam of the Lamb.
13-5 Staffs. 13-5 Staffs. Well, that would be impressive. Given it's currently 6-3.
We don't do minus points, bro. I don't know how you work that one out. Let me pull out my calculator.
Sam racking up. He's definitely got his smart rack out. Smart rack you can buy online.
He meant Keele, I think. Oops. Oh, Tarek straight over. I always knew you were already a Staffs guy. Where's my man Big Chef? Let's show up Big Chef. Not that guy. This one. This is Jack, Big Cook, Big Chef. I don't know what his Q is. Not gonna lie, says Mark Richards. Couldn't tell you. As if he uses V10 chalk. Kind of uses Q, never mind the chalk.
Got a nice little photo of him racking the balls up there.
Battle's all he can do, to be honest. It seems to be the Keele breaks seem to be all gone the same way, as in they hit the front ball, but tend to kind of cut break it as well.
Keyboard is catching half ball, yeah.
Yeah, they're not hitting anything centre ball, are they really? Not breaking well at all, to be really.
Getting decent enough splits, but there have been a lot of in-offs today.
What was the name of the Indian lad that we smoked from Staff to? Oh, Kieran, the snooker player. Oh, why are we on about Kieran? Question mark?
I think he's just having flashbacks, yeah. Reminders. He misses the old days.
And we all miss the old days. miss the freedom of uni, to be honest.
A little bit younger. A little bit more reckless.
That's not the best shot. I've not seen him at all recently, to be fair. Sorry, I've not seen him since he left.
Was he around here, or did he...
I don't know, to be honest. I didn't know him that well. Does it go to the corner?
Doesn't look like it, but we can have another check at the camera.
It might sneak back. I can't exactly tell, to be honest. The angle is deceiving. Or is he playing this into the wide side of the middle bag? Oh, he's tried the skilly.
Lost a turn, I think. Yeah, possibly a skilly.
I think the skilly's nothing, won't it? If he gets lost a turn anyways, absolutely okay. But if he doesn't, if he gets a skilly, they still got double on at least. Again, red team's got to control the game. Get your bad balls out, play safe for a little bit, and then go for them when they're easy. You don't need to chase an harder finish here for no reason, I don't think. It's not a bad little cannon if it comes out. Does you? I think now play the one on the right hand side of the table, the middle. Let's get the other one out. Unless you want to try and play short position for get on it, but a little bit risky. real issue is the one at the top. But if you can get on the one that he's just nudged, you can get below it, you can top into that if you need to get on it, and it goes to the right hand side middle. I don't hate that shot, it's a good shot.
Shouldn't have a gap for the yellow.
No, there's no gap there. He's got to play through the yellow, which then moves his red, I think, which is a nice idea. Which is what he leaves on. Off it thin, play the double, treble. Cocked out, anything?
6 pockets. Well, 5.
I think no, stun this one in the middle. There you go. Really, everything else is pretty much bang on. Just got to make sure when you play this one, you leave yourself on the bottom one, I think. And don't do that, which was I thought was the issue. Now you put yourself in a world of hurt for no reason. If you don't hit a ball here, it should be game over.
2 cushions towards the 2 near the middle, probably.
It's risky, because even if you hit them, you still might leave on the ones in the middle, which is what you don't want. I prefer playing for that ball, but preferably not foul. I think now this should be game. Not sure what his question. I think there's an obvious way to go about this. Has to be top ball first.
Top ball first.
Yeah, anyone in the blue spot, and you're absolutely fine. You just float around the black, play same bag. Just don't come too low.
I think his spear is probably going too far. Playing top
I
and
think you
going
can
past.
get anything up to the black spot. I think you can get away with it. So I think you've got to go from just above the blue spot to the black spot, and you're pretty much fine.
Yeah.
Got a quite a big margin.
Can't drop it in where you can swing past the black.
There's not really an angle to play the other one first, I don't think, and get back on the other one. Because you can't get the cue ball in the gap you really need.
The possible thing would be the one near the black to the top left corner. Leave yourself to the cut.
I think you're asking now, aren't you?
Well, he likes to ask himself questions. He has a maths degree, so.
I think I'd rather play the position than I would the hard. To leave the hard cut after. I'd rather just trust myself to get the cue ball in a good position. I don't know why he's playing low on this.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's cuttable. It's definitely still there.
I think it would have played off the top rail.
I'd put it off the top rail. I think it's more direct route.
Leave it high, play off top rail and come down. But if it goes,
2 cushions back behind us. Lovely cut.
shit.
There you go. And then you got a big bag off the red, even if you need it, which you shouldn't need it. But I just use it anyway, just to make sure it's pot. Just don't hit the jaw full in the face. There you go, lovely. 7-3. I think Jack had the right idea there, but just didn't execute the dish quite that well. Now on to Simeon and Jimmy.
I think we've done the rundown for both of them. I know we did Simeon earlier.
It's fair, this has gone on quite longer than a bit than I thought it would. We're nearly an hour and a half in, and we've only done 10 frames. So we're roughly moving at about 11 minutes a frame. Which at pace is not that good.
But I've seen longer at Unicomps.
Oh, you're not kidding.
There was at that event on the weekend, there was a doubles. I think it ended 3-1, and it took them just shy of 2 hours.
Did you see the one when we did the comp at Longton, where the couple played each other, and it was 3.5 hours to
And
a
then
race
they
to
didn't
3?
even finish it.
Yeah, for a race to 3. Oh, I wanted to cry.
Jesus.
That was holding back the entire bracket.
Was that
game?
Was that the comp when it ended up? We left Longton at like 3 in the morning.
No,
was
that
that
was the first comp. That was.
Okay.
This is the one after. This was the second year one. The one where me and Pez did like a little serious thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yellow should draw. Oh, yellow did draw. Again, these yellows aren't bad. It's just that one to the left hand side, I think, for me. Reds aren't bad either. It's just picking your pattern through them, isn't it, really?
Potentially top off this bottom one near the left corner.
Play the plant.
Play the plant, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the right way. It's the way I'd be going, at least. The other thing is you leave the other rail ball on the bottom kind of awkward, don't you? Which is my issue. I'd have maybe played that, leave the white a little bit higher, and then screw back to where you just said to play the plant. I don't hate it. He made the effort. If he got there though, it's definitely game on there.
Yeah.
'Cause you got rid of your 2 bad balls, really. Well, yeah. You got rid of one and you're on the other. Now he's in a little bit of trouble. I think if you kick into this, if you get the plant, great. If you don't, oh my god,
Effort.
well, far off.
Open the reds up now.
Yeah, again, these for me should always be going. You've got no bad ball, everything goes. Just picking your pattern.
For the standard of that you can play at, you'd expect Jimmy to take these, but he does have a wobble in him.
I think my first ball was the one below the white.
Yeah.
To come back onto the left-hand side rail and play for the 2 in the same bag. Either one. If you land on the bottom one, great. Play up the table. If you land on the top one, you play for the other one, bottom left, and you're game over, really, aren't you? There's nothing really hard pattern-wise here.
They're all just in the open. They've got
Just give
choice of
options.
hands.
Yeah, just always leave yourself an option. If you've got 2 options on every shot, you can't miss these. Just a bit of red roll. Perfect. Just drop off the side cushion. Or you can top for it and come in the corner bag, or stun it back and play the. I was taking the ball, to be fair. Might be straight on the 40 was. I thought that was a much higher angle than that.
I thought you'd take the one to middle first.
I thought there was a much higher angle than the one he played, so I thought he'd go to the middle first, but clearly it was decently straight on it, really.
Just needs to make sure he gets on the next ball from here.
If you can top down towards the yellow, he's alright here, because he can be on the bottom or the one to the middle. That's the shot, really. It's a bit hard for me. He's not left anything simple.
This red creeps through to middle, but I'm not convinced.
Maybe the left of the 3 in the line, the far left of the 3 in the line, would you take that one instead? Drop it to middle?
Swing round there.
Unless he can get the gap here. It's not a bad shot, really. He can get the gap. It's got a nudge. Not the nudge he needed, though.
And the yellows are sitting.
Again, should always be gone. They should.
But every time's in the setup.
Corner, rail ball. The one on the brown spot, and then just down to the rail ball. He's not left himself nice though. Play for the middle, just top it through.
Play for middle, top through, in the middle.
It's one of them, you want to leave yourself the other way on it. Yeah, you want to leave yourself, if anything, you want to be straight on it really, but if you anything, you want to be too far, you still want to have a shot. Like if you come down the other way, and you're playing the other way on you leave yourself hard. Just about drops.
Okay.
It's got to stun this one. Unless he goes middle, but I'd be stunning it. Just stun it back. And he's played the double instead, or has he fluked it? Has he fluked it? Oh my god, Simeon.
Oh,
Nearly. There was a world.
probably the right hand side of the 3 here.
Oh, you're naturally nudging into the other one though, pushing it safe.
But he's not really going to be ball right?
Just take a double on in the middle of the 3, take the double on. That was my issue, is you don't leave yourself much. I think the double was the right idea, because you don't move the easy balls.
He'll just be thinking that yellow's playing massive. Can't really leave the safe as you open. Probably didn't want to risk a double. But
I'd back the double on that one. And I hate doubles, and even I'd back the double on that, saying something. God knows I can't double a ball save my life. Take this top right. Come round the red. It's not a bad shot. It would have been perfect if you got it as well. 2 drop-ins then. This is the one now, just make sure. Do you prefer screwing these out the bag or playing off the rail?
I'd screw it.
I play them off the rail. I hate screwing these shots. See, he's kind of done both there, and it's not really the way I'd have gone. Either catch it a bit thinner with the side, or play it full ball with the screw. Don't play middle of both. Cue it in though. It's cued it in.
Shot.
Not a bad little black from Simeon, that one.
6-1.
It's 7-4 now.
Oh, 7, yeah. I can't read.
It's a closer game than I thought it would be, admittedly. Nothing against the staff lads, but next up we've got Aidan and Josh. I'm ready for a nap, I can't lie.
It's a good cure for insomnia.
Yeah, I could sleep right now. I don't know how the lads do this every week for the King of the Hill stuff. It's too much for me. Andy Woodhouse does this every week for the King of the Hill, and I feel bad for him because he's really good at it, but I just don't know how he does it.
It's like you get like live streamers on like Twitch and stuff who just do talking. Like it's a tough job. When you think about it.
I'd have to be doing something interesting as well. I'd be able to game and do it. I get it, 100%.
Yeah.
Like,
because then you can take a little break from
Yeah,
getting to
yeah.
talk. But if you're just talking, it's like Jesus.
yeah, I just couldn't do it. You playing the games at the minute? What gaming?
Currently Minecraft actually.
Okay, a bit of OG. Let's go.
I finish work and I'm like, I just want to chill and then go to bed.
Valid.
Get made fun of by my boss at work. Yeah, fair enough. I'll probably do that.
I got made redundant, so I don't have a job at the minute. So
Jesus.
that's good.
So that's why you're commentating today.
Yeah, no, I'd have done it anyway, but I just thought something to do, I guess. So I haven't been gaming more than I normally usually do, but I've been playing Valorant with Ants.
Yeah, I think you said you were playing Valorant.
Got my Switch. Been playing a bit of Pokemon as well.
Okay.
Throwing it back to when I was a kid.
Go back to your older phone case.
Oh, you remember that phone
I
case?
remember that phone case.
The green one, my Bulbasaur one.
That lives with me.
Does it?
With the
Got it somewhere, you know. It doesn't fit this phone anymore.
Oh,
I had a new phone. Oh, I love that case. I was thinking about getting a new one the other day. I saw some that were really, really nice on Instagram.
how much did they go for?
The one I got, I think, was like 20 quid, which is not bad. The one, how do I see my saved? How do I see my saved stuff? Yeah, that. Alright, save one. So, no, I wanted to get one, but I think it's over. No, but I saw some like Pokemon fan cases that were really, really cool. Can you just sit on my fan case and see if that works? This is one of the ones I saw. So like, there's Gengar on it. Which I'm really sad with Gengar. Put it tattooed on me. Because I'm a twat. But there's loads. There's some with like a holder as well. They're really nice. That I'm profiling on. These ones. The texture as well. I love texture stuff.
Yeah.
But I stopped using that case because of work. Because when I was at my last job, obviously dealing with customers all the time. In fact, they saw my phone. It looks a bit unprofessional if I have Pokemon on my phone as a 23-year-old man. So, I'm a sad life. You ever play Pokemon?
Oh yeah.
Love that. Favorite game?
Grew up on it. Yeah.
Favorite game?
Favorite game. It's been Black and Emerald, I think.
Sure, I've never played Black and White. Or Black and White 2. Never played either of them. It's the one generation I've never played. I played every generation apart from Black and White and Black and White 2. I don't know what it is, because my first game was Diamond and Pearl. Well, I played Diamond, but
Okay.
and obviously Fire Red and the Green and all the other ones that came in that generation. And then I stopped for a bit, got back into it in Gen 6 with X and Y.
Yeah. So you should miss the generation.
Yeah, and I've never gone back to play them. Like, I played all the ones since and all the ones before. I've gone back to a lot of the remakes and everything, and like my favourite at the minute is Let's Go.
Okay. I haven't played Let's Go, to be fair.
Honestly, I rate it. It's Gen 1, which got really good graphics, like, and just a lot better, to be honest. I love it, my favourite one. And did the shiny hunt in that game, probably the best shiny hunt of any of the games for me, which is currently my task. I'm trying to do a shiny living dex, and I've currently got 50 out of 151. So, taking me some time. I started this in 2023.
Jesus.
But I hop on it and off it for months on end.
Yeah.
Because I'm sad.
You can't just sit and do it.
Yeah, it's too much. I did like 4 hours last night and I got like 2 shiny Bulbasaurs and a shiny Pidgey in the same area. That's a good shot. If he gets all the way down, always got away with that.
Wait,
No, he hasn't.
Oh.
I don't know why he was screwing that way. I thought he'd just stun down to kind of the blue spot and just play around it. Because if he cuts it bottom left, he can come round it and land
on the yellow.
Can in the yellow, yeah, he's on the black. The only way he goes wrong is if he comes behind the yellow, which would be unlucky, really. Because any kiss on the yellow that's not behind it would be perfect.
I think it was either a break or a reverse, I'm pretty sure. We weren't really paying attention, to be fair, but...
Pokemon's one of them.
Oh, yeah.
It's the one.
Is it the first, like...
Oh, Josh. This has to be a safety game now.
Makes it
the
very
block's
tough,
safe,
though.
yeah. Bad yellow, the yellow on the right hand rail. Ping it out, put the white on the back on the bottom rail, make it a hard one. Or put the white on the left hand rail, sorry. Just push the bad yellow out. Don't go for anything. This is just not something you need to go for at all. For me. Speaking of gaming though, I literally spent £2 grand on a PC before I lost my job to get back into PC gaming. It's really, really sad. I love it to bits, and I lost my job and I was like, that's a good time. I spent £2 grand of my savings on that, and now
You can chill.
and now I got a job. That's not a bad shot.
Comes the red up.
Gets his, yeah, he plays the red up, but he gets the yellow out as well.
Probably be running through his head, just play the opponent. But at the same time, 7-4.
Yeah,
What they're doing isn't working.
I think take the cut on here, and then get the white on the table. That was my thought. In hope that you don't leave the gap to leave the double. Because no mind, like I would.
If that yellow awful.
Do you kick it?
Over the back.
Do you kick it and go, hope it goes left corner?
If it goes left corner, it's frame.
I think you gotta take a kick on it. The only way you get lucky is if you come too thin on it, off the red, off the bottom cushion, and maybe put the black. That's not a bad shot.
Good pace.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all.
You can see yellow to middle.
Yeah, I think you gotta take the ones in the middle. Maybe. Ooh. Again, good cue ball, I guess. I think maybe the next shot there was play the double over to cover the bag. If you get it, then you go. If you don't get it, you're alright. I mean, he's left it alright. He's managed to get away with it a little bit.
Probably up and down with right hand side there, because the yellow's blocking the natural.
Go close to the yellow on the left corner, but not too far close to it, if you know what I mean.
Probably
If you're playing this straight, I think you miss it.
a bit of right hand side, 2 cushions.
Just enough for the show. That's a great shot, that is. Has he got enough of the black? Let's go cushion first. So it looks like it's not fully in the bag. We'll just double check on the top cam. Yeah, it's not too. Yeah, cushion first. You can't miss this, surely. Catch it off ball, and you can't really not pot it.
Bit of run inside.
Yeah, perfect. Absolutely lovely. It's at 8-4. That's 12 frames. Do we do one more, then we take an ad break, I believe. That's what I was told earlier. Let me just quickly double check with that. Who have we got up next? Let me quickly check.
Not rushing to start up.
No, I don't know if they're taking it to the ad break now, but I was told on after the 13th frame, not the 12th frame. Who was it that just played? Sorry, was it
Josh for Keele.
no. Next up is Sean and Jacob, I believe.
Keele's break by looks of it. But
13th frame should be Staff's break, I believe. Unless they've messed up somewhere. Because Staff's on the lag.
oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Jimmy just got eager, he went to the table. He was bored of waiting. Ironic, Jimmy getting bored of waiting. We have to wait every time he talks to us.
That's just absolutely rude. Poor man's got a stutter.
That's true. You know, strangely enough, when he's had a few drinks, completely goes away.
Because it's exacerbating, isn't it?
Yeah. I've also been told apparently when he's with a lady, let's just say that, apparently it goes away. So, you know,
Maybe it's like because we're on men.
he just has to be, I don't mean just around a lady.
You know, I'm just playing with it.
Need the audience to fully understand.
No, yeah. I just stammer when I was a kid. Still do it every now and then when I'm on one.
I get it sometimes, like just then.
Mine was like certain letters, like G always used to like really annoy me, like saying the word granddad. Good, you fucking child. It's just horrible.
Is it all words that begin with G or just like specific ones?
Yeah, I think specific ones, to be honest. I just couldn't get it out. It wasn't a story, it's not a stutter, it's a stammer into it, you can't get it out.
Yeah.
Stutters when you say the same thing over and over. Mine was a stammer.
I think Jim's is technically a stammer.
Yeah.
Nice break off here.
Yeah, these yellows. Oh, wow. Reds aren't bad either, really. Everyone's got a home on both balls.
I wasn't sure on that starter. And
Until the black weren't there, I'd have made a case for going reds instead. But now the black's there, I'm a bit unsure. I think it all depends on how natural the black is into the middle. So if the black's still good in the middle, I'd leave this bottom left ball till last. I'd go reds, take the middle red, and try and come from there, really.
I think that's still got to be reds.
Yeah. This is the one now. Top left, top right with the rail. Play the one to middle straight. Play the one on the blue spot, bottom right corner, and then the last red bottom left corner, and then drop the black in middle. I think it's got to be a pattern for me. But it's a lot of straight shots. There's nothing really. You're not doing much with the cue ball. You're just playing straight shots most of the way. I think he's dragged that a little bit and not come.
You might have been trying to just kill the cue ball where it was, but ran it through a bit.
I think for them, you're always safer coming higher than you are though. Like play off the bottom rail instead. So don't leave yourself straight. If you're playing for straights, it's always better to leave yourself just high, just in case, because you can always come off the rail and still leave yourself straight. If that makes sense. Well, if you leave yourself low, you're forced into an angle where if you're playing into the rail, you can kind of quit on an angle or play more or something if you need it. Like that there. Now he's come too far and he's kind of in a position now. He might have to take the ball that he wants for his last ball, which is not really what you want. Or take this over cut to middle, or to the corner potentially.
Yeah, potential swings at the corner. Get the
You
cue
could
ball.
actually play the one to the middle, thin cut to the middle, kill it with a bit of bottom, but so it comes off the top rail and lands in the gap between the two yellows to play the other one bottom right, one on the blue spot bottom right. If that makes sense.
So cue ball off top cushion.
Yeah, to come down through the gap.
Across.
Yeah, because come down through the gap between the two yellows that are in a straight line at the top table. He's not going to go that way. He's going to take his easy ball first. And can I get away with it again?
Knocked yellow next to the other one.
Yeah, that's two yellows gone safe now, 2 shots. Again, I'll be looking at getting one of the bad balls out and playing safe. Drop this one in first. Dead as you can. Play the one that's the bottom of the two together on the right hand side and just touching up behind the other one. Maybe come down for it now. I don't think you need to go here. I don't think.
Could go into them there, but
Has he got the angle to go into them?
looks like it's slightly hard. Gone into the black.
He's okay. I mean, to be fair, it might be on this where he can play it without fouling. I mean, it looked like he played too thin so that he didn't foul, so that's okay.
I think it was a little too straight for him to. He would have to be jacking up, and he's jacking up in that position. But not a gimme red by the looks of it.
Which one can we go? Can he get the middle one? No, he's got a couple more back, hasn't he?
That's the plans. Very good shot.
It's not, if that goes bottom left, that's a great poke. If it doesn't, it's still in a rubber hurt you.
Still the black ball to middle is the shot for the final ball.
It goes bottom right, doesn't it?
Don't think so. Maybe off the yellow.
Yeah, we have a poke look when Sean's not in the way. I think it goes. I think it traces past that.
Might just.
I think you've got most of a full back there. You might not have the jaw, but you've definitely got the early jaw. Just drop it dead pace. Again, as I say on these tables, if you drop it at dead pace, they normally take.
If it goes near the jaws and it's slow.
Yeah, they're just so quick, aren't they? Same at players. Like most tables, most decent tables you play on the same thing. They're so fine. It's a good poke if it goes. It's unlucky. To be fair, he would have been a hard shot there anyway. This is the one. I'll be playing the one close to the black spot to the middle. Slowly bump it into the one just above it. Game one, really. I don't think the monster turns the right shot, so playing that bank's the right shot.
Looks like it's what he's playing with.
Yeah, but if he gets it, it's a good shot. It's one of them, if it goes wrong though, you've lost, I think.
Yeah.
I'd much prefer to play the one to middle and trust myself to dish him up on my own without playing into his balls. Because that how tight that looked, you could have double kissed it and left it on the bag still. Drop this through, play the corner in the middle. Put the back on the rail. Why? I don't see the pattern going this way, to be honest. I don't see the idea there.
No. Because even then, you're leaving
You're not on much.
the hardest of the three was the one that he was on and he didn't take.
If he takes that one he was on to the bottom corner,
It was the perfect position for
yeah,
him.
on the bottom right, on off cushion, drop through the middle, and as long as you're not badly off the middle, if you even just off straight either way, you're fine. And you've got to roll the black on the rail. This is tough keeping. It's a good shot.
That's a shot.
It's a great shot to get at me out. Question is what to do with the ball.
Probably play around for a double. That's all he has.
Top left it, comes through cushions, potentially try and get one low. At worst case scenario, you'll have a double anyway. It's kind of a shot to nothing. He is screwing it here.
Back, yeah.
Is he actually? Max on it.
No. In behind the yellow.
I think you could see it.
Back treble off the yellow. Possibly.
I
don't think the
I think
double
if you're
goes.
playing the treble off the yellow, your white's going that way, isn't it?
I just don't think the double goes. I think it's blocked by the yellow.
No, yeah, the double, I don't think the double goes. I think even then, you try probably double kiss it. I don't think you cross cut it either.
Contact.
It's an open. It's not gone completely horrible.
Should see off the yellows, but
It's your first shot, isn't it? If your first shot goes well, I think it's game. I think you've got to play the one in the bag for me and screw out on it. You're completely out of this. Back up to the middle of the table. That's not the best shot. You've left it.
still see the one's top corner.
Yeah, got away with it a little bit.
But again, it's a
He
tough
just
pot,
didn't have the cue power there to get through it, did he? He kind of dragged it, which brought the angle a bit thicker.
It's a tough pot here, and then the next yellow's not going to be the easiest.
I'd be stunning this, just to leave a hard black as well. Because you leave a shot on the black if you play it top. He might have got away with it. He has as well, got away with it. Does that still go?
I think surely not. Yeah, it's blocked.
Just about. Again, one of them, just get out of the bag, I think, for me. Thin dead pace. You got a chance that it might take, but even if it doesn't, just get out on the bag and make that yellow hard. You leave my hard finish at least. Because your cue balls come up the table. If your cue balls up the table, you're fine anyway.
That's what he's looking for.
It's got to be close if he's looking at it this much.
I don't think it goes, but it'll go close.
The thing is that with a thin cuts this thin, the side, if he hits it slightly a little bit too thick, say too thick, but slightly a little bit thicker than he thinks the line is, the spin on the black could trace it in at the right pace.
Yeah.
Tough shot though, either way. What's he playing? I think he's got away with it as well, behind the yellow. He's got away with it. I don't think the yellow goes. It doesn't look like it does. It's got the far knuckle. I don't think it does. I think for me you've got to play the other yellow and either come into it or come around it, but it's if you can control it around it. It's a hell of a kill shot to kind of play, really. Just push it on the back, is that what he's trying to do? Leaving the skilly at worst.
Okay, get the cue ball safe by the looks of it. Off the rail, off the yellow. It's the only real non-double, maybe.
Yeah, straight double at pace, I think, for me. Probably the right shot is off the cushion of the yellow, because it's a big target hit, isn't it? And worst case scenario, you push it on the back, I think, if you play it half
Pushing the yellow up the table a bit, probably towards the side pocket.
And it's fair, I think I push it out far, I think probably on the rail, probably. Just don't need that much pace on it, you kind of want it to kind of kill itself. I think it's at the double arm.
Yeah.
Enough.
Missed it by some lines.
Has he got away with it? Not really. This should be done.
Drop the yellow near the black.
Yeah. usually the one to get back up above it. Just one good shot now, I think. Just control this, just come above the island naturally. For me, you want to be just below the black spot here. Just to trace it with a bit of side back up. That's about where I want to be. A little bit thin for me, but like, it's still fine. You got a bit of margin there, ain't you? A little bit of top right. Bring it back above the block. Hit it straight. Just gotta cue it now. No mistakes, no mistakes. Charles, good finish.
8-5, like the mid-session interval.
We're going to go for a quick ad break, because I need a drink. So I will see you guys.
And we're live. I understand Keele just had a pep talk. Bit strange when they're winning, but
They need it after nearly throwing the rest of a few frames. Threw a few there.
I think Sam's had a bit of a Mardy.
Let's check who's up next. Who was the last game? Do you remember? Because I do not.
Sean was the Keele player.
So it should be Callum and Sam, I believe. Sam broke them
Cue ball not enough. Good start.
for the first time in this game, I think. Second time.
It's definitely Sam playing because he's put the chalk on the table. He loves doing that.
Oh, I hate that. It really annoys me.
I don't. He almost got caught in it at Bucks for
Leave on table on the mid frame.
but like he wasn't using it as a marker. It was nowhere near. But it still annoys me. It's like,
I'm always a pocket chalk kind of person.
yeah. I'll buy a pouch if you don't like your pocket.
I don't like pouches. I used to wear one, but I can't stand them now. It really irritates me.
Mine went missing. I think someone stole it. So now my pocket gone.
They're alright on here, but you need to get on that yellow in between the reds. It's a bit of a finicky one to land on, I think. I think if you use the one on the bottom right in a minute, take these three first. One on the bottom right, play it thin with a bit of trace right to bring yourself to the right hand side rail. And I think you can't not be on the yellow really, I don't think.
Might even be worth just trying to play on it and making sure you're guaranteed another one.
Ooh, that's not reached. That's a foul.
Yeah.
But I think the reds are awkward here though. Yellows have got a bit of work to do. Would you, if you're going for these, would you take the skilly first? Or would you take it the other way?
I think the big problem is just clearing the two near the yellow.
I think you're right here. I think you think if you push this, I would push it into the red to push the red out, to then play the other one guaranteed to be on middle, or just push into the yellow and move out the way. But I play into the red, I think. To be on that red and not be touching it would be nice. You take skilly now. Into middle.
Got a special delivery. Commentator's ordered food. I was looking away, but I think he's missed a skill shot. Left the red hanging over the bag. Yellows are all sitting there. But how many times have we said that? He should make these go. He's just had a team talk with the boys. Double chicken burger by the looks of it.
And peri-peri chips. Good food here at Plaza, I can't lie. They do sort me out.
I was gonna say, I had a few of the chips out there, and someone said, "Oh, they're not brilliant, but like, they're fries. They're good enough for fries."
Food in my eyes. That's why I'm fat.
Chicken burger looks nice.
It does. It
Good seeded buns as well.
Just going to mute my mic while I'm eating. 2 minutes.
Autopilot, solo pilot right now. Looking for loss of turn. Probably wasn't even the right shot, to be honest. Red still goes. Big for it to just float down the table here. Need to make sure he's on the one to the left. Drops to middle. Playing it long. Just drop this in. Play red to middle, and he's got the red to the corner bag. Ooh. Forced into the double here. I think he'll just pop this spin, top it off the top cushion. Black into the opposite bag. Underhit it slightly. Black's a bit tougher than he'd want it, but should be fine. Keele shouldn't be tracking to top corner. It's 9-5. Into the 15th frame. It's Jack for Staffs and Byron for Keele. Staffs break. Being racked by Sim, I believe. Nice split. One problem yellow at the top left. Top right should go past the red. Looks like it at least. For reds. Same problem really. All the other reds have a pocket. Not a massive choice for some of them, but Byron looking to take yellows here. Assuming the yellow does pass, that's a very nice shot. Screw back off the side cushion. Still got the problem at the top left of the table though. Yellow doesn't really go anywhere. Potentially for the double. Not far. Got into the red to hold for his yellow, but it's come back and sat on the side rail. But not the yellow safe. He's in a very tough room. Co-commentator is currently wrestling with a burger, holding it together. Broke at the yellows, left himself not much on reds here. Still one problem for the yellows, but needs to play a good safety at some point. The reds don't really go. Hasn't hit a cushion, I don't think. Yeah, foul. Well, for yellows here, as I think I'm being potentially rejoined in a moment. It's a nice cannon.
Ooh, I'm back.
Eat back.
That was good scrum. Can't lie. Very warm, very fresh.
Shows the kitchen staff here at Varsity Pool Lounge.
The grinding at the minute. But the amount of food that's out for all the people watching is unreal. They've done bits in the last couple of hours to keep up with that food orders.
We walked out briefly at ad break, and I reckon I saw 6 boxes just sat on the side, unfinished, and a few people eating. So maybe 10 orders.
We'll be on the red.
It'll be big
Kids.
orders. Be on the red.
Oh, he's got away with that. He's got away with it.
Just slid past it. Needs to cue it well.
He had a few nice kisses, to be fair, there. But he's choked it on the black. Didn't know Byron was a choker. I thought it was a swallower.
There's only one that's pointed out, really. It's a choker.
Nowhere near that one. Do we still have anyone in the chat? Tarek, Nathan, anyone? It's not bad. Just about dropped.
Played it knowing that the pockets are playing quite forgiving for round shots.
Again, it's just all about the pace with them. Especially on these tables, if you play them at the right pace, you can be a little bit wide and still get them. When you punch them in, they never actually want to go. I'm not sure why he's played that.
Perhaps tried to get into it more, knock the black.
Just didn't need to, I think. I just thought to play it off the cushion.
No reason to play for a cannon when they all go.
Yeah. I think if you dropped it like to the blue spot, like just under it, it'd be between either ball. It was perfect. He could have took either way.
Just wide, but he's left a very tough black. I missed a nice easy one.
Out of 10, how many times you make this?
Me personally,
Yeah.
3 or 4 probably.
Out of 10?
Maybe. When I'm playing well, I should say. Once or 0 times if I'm playing badly.
Fair dues. Rates off quite highly there. I'd have said about 2 or 3.
If you're retaking the same shot again over and over again, I feel like I get used to it.
Yeah.
How likely I am to make it first time? Yeah, very unlikely. Out of 10, how many times do you clear this?
Sorry?
Out of 10, how many times do you clear these?
8. Can't lie. These can't go wrong. That's not the best shot they've got. I'd have done the other ball first, but it was just done
Yeah,
over.
I think so, yeah.
Or play that one. If you're going to play that one, play it a lot harder to get the 2 cushions.
Just drops the thing.
Yeah, he's just got to drop it. He's got to make the pot. He ain't got to do anything with the cue ball.
Just trying to screw back.
But he gets so much pace. Quite stabby jackets as well. The way he cues is quite... Kind of stops his tip at the cue ball. Doesn't quite get through the ball properly, which I think on a lot of them when he's trying to play a long screw shot doesn't really work for him. He's giving away a dolly block for me for nothing.
It's 10-5. 3 more frames, Keele need at the next. When is that? I can't do maths.
Next 10 frames. Let me find out who is next. With a Jack and Byron that was. So this one next game will be Sim and Josh. You still at uni?
Not currently.
How come?
Oh,
Graduated.
graduated, but going back for a postgrad next year.
Love that. I'm considering going back.
You consider going back?
Finish my degree, yeah.
Oh, do you? Shit.
No, I dropped out.
Well,
I was on my 3rd year, but I was doing like a 4-year course. But my 3rd year was split into 2 years, so I did my 1st year, 2nd year. Then I was doing my first half of my 3rd year where I dropped out.
oh, okay.
Just life, too stressful.
Oh, yeah.
But I've considered going back and trying to do it all in 1 year and just get it done with now. Well, at some point. Just at the minute, I don't really want to have no money. Was the big issue, to be honest.
It's getting tough now, is it? I remember when I started, it was like, I finished my 1st year, I had probably near enough a quarter of my loan left over. That was with no
Well,
work.
your bursary thing.
Yeah. Now it's like, you know, you finish up for the year. If you haven't had a job throughout the year, you're in debt.
Yeah, that was my issue. So I was really going to go in my Met uni. I booked the apartment and everything. I worked it out. I would have got an £8,000 bursary. And my apartment would have been like 6.8k. So I would have had 1.2k left over for myself by the end of the year. That just to live off. Obviously, that's not enough to live off generally. So I would have needed a job. And like at the time, I was working at Mackey's just to make some money, and they wouldn't let me transfer because it was franchise. So I wasn't guaranteed to get a job, and it wasn't worth the risk. It's kind of why I dropped out as well. Like I was working 3-4 days a week to keep up with everything, as well as the bursary, and still like losing money.
It's rough nowadays for them, to be fair.
Yeah. I think in my last year, to be fair, I only got like $3,000 in my bursary. I didn't even get the full aids.
Jesus.
When the 2 years before, I got the full aids. My question is, what's he doing with the one on the black spot?
In the middle, yeah. There's a chance to get on the one lower, go into the yellow slightly.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But then he's got to be pretty much just under where the black is. You know what I mean? He needs that angle, needs that line.
Yeah.
Which is not guaranteed to get on. This is not a bad effort. I don't hate it.
Good cannon, yeah.
They can play the top corner and stun it into the yellow. Just a hold on it and then come back around to the upper table. If he takes the one on the black spot top corner into the yellow, if he's straight, screw out to the left side of the blue spot for the one on the right top right. If he's not straight, come around the 2 cushion to play the same shot either way.
He's playing to middle, run it through, off the yellow.
I don't hate it.
Works.
I think I'd want to get rid of the bottom ball first, though, for me. Because now you've got it.
It's not the nicest connection.
Yeah, you're coming back up and down the table, aren't you? Don't get me wrong, it's still okay, because you only got land in the middle table and you've got 2 cushions and you're back on the black.
Could drop on the black to middle. It does go, but it's not as nice as to the corner.
For me, I'd have been taking them 2 down the table first, coming back around and leaving the one at the top of the table for my last ball. And just trusting McEwen.
Well, what are you taking up?
See, if you're going to do that, then why not play the other way first for me? You made that harder. Don't get me wrong, he's still there, but you made that harder for no reason in my way.
So drop this in.
Yeah, just
Top
dead
right
pace.
corner. Can't overdo it.
You can't really get low on the other one, so he kind of wants to make sure he's a little bit high, but not too high that he's into the yellow. Just enough to go up and up, on and off the top rail, not too much. I think he's straight if it goes. I think that's in my favour, to be honest. So if it goes, he's straight and he's got to drop it in and just hit the hot black, hasn't he? Which, in a nice way, I don't back him to make it from where it was.
Brilliant open foot. Unless you can see the yellow to the furthest now.
Yeah, I think that's the one, isn't it? Stun that. If you can get it out so you can see the middle after, it should potentially be game.
Tougher about the cue
But
ball
it's
is
tough,
to
yeah,
dig.
to get down on the cue ball at this kind of angle. Actually, top it through. Oh, the bottom 2 of the yellow goes middle. So he's actually alright here. If you can play this one, bottom 1 of the 2 to middle, play the left middle, and use the one on the right middle to get back up onto the top yellow.
Could even play as a plan, just drop it in dead weight.
I don't think I'd take the plant, because you might put, if you hit it too hard or too thin, you push the yellow up to an awkward position. I think I'd just take the bottom one, dead steady. Dead steady. Good queuing. Lovely. This one, I'd screw it on and off the side rail. just to make sure you give yourself an angle to get up the table.
Yeah. Try and top it through, you're going too high.
In fact, you could come up for the top ball now, to be fair, and just stun up for it. I wouldn't be doing that. For me, yeah, I think that's what he's tried. I wouldn't be doing it for me, just in case you could land awkward on it so many ways.
Could be lots of turn, top the cue through if it goes to the skill shot, he's guaranteed.
Yeah. You're always going to leave him on the red, though, is the issue, isn't it? You want to kind of leave the white directly under the red so that you don't leave a natural pocket, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or the other option is, do you clip off the yellow you're closest to thin and just knock the red in with a cue ball? Because he naturally comes off the side cushion, off the red, and might get a snooker. I don't hate that idea, but he's left him straight on the middle.
Drop it middle and then take your mids into black.
Yeah, he might have a bit of an angle just to trace down a little bit, just to make it slightly easier.
A little bit high on it.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's got a good angle. He can just drop this in, trace down to about the blue spot. Lovely, yeah,
Good shot.
perfect. Sim's kind of left him a bit of a dolly there. Now just your bottle in it, just got to hold your own.
Wow.
I can't imagine wearing a glove like that. Must be painful.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Final at a comp in Manchester, he missed one of those. So,
Honestly, doesn't surprise me with that shot. That should never have been anywhere near rattling. That should have been centre back. You were dolly on it. Didn't need to bridge on it. You did your hand flat on the table. I just don't understand why it's even gone close to missing.
11-4, 11-5.
Close game. Well, it was a close game, and now the Keele pulled away a little bit.
Team talk must have worked.
Who was that one? That was
Josh for Keele.
Josh and Sim. That was wanted. Now we got Aiden. We find Aiden from Staffs and Sean from Keele. Not a bad little setup in here, is it really? All considering.
I mean, it's obviously what they can do with it. It's a fairly tight
So
room, but
from what I remember, this used to be a storage room.
it's everything you need in here, to be fair to it.
Yeah. Well, you know we did a little setup for Adam, don't you?
Well, I don't know what just happened.
That looks like a foul break to me.
Well, they played the Mark Williams snooker break by the looks of it.
The back of the pack.
Yeah, like literally.
Yeah, Alex Jones settled at the street corner, I think.
Okay.
He's a good computer nerd, isn't he?
Yeah.
So Adam said he was looking for stream, and I said Alex does it for us. Like, do you want me to set it up? And he set it up for him. Alex got paid a good amount of money for doing this for him. I got for call.
And then they get live stream possibilities, so fair enough.
No, Adam gave you a look safe for it. He was like, I'll give you a look safe for setting it up. I was like, oh, thanks. That's all I need in my life. More sugar.
No commission fee.
No, yeah, I was like, bro, I've just like mediated this entire deal. I was your consultant.
Keele went close to middle back there, but
It's got away with it.
very
The
nice
breakdown
split.
have been the best, have they? No one's hit a break well yet, I don't think.
They've been good splits.
Not
but
controlling the cue ball, I mean.
Yeah,
like,
the cue ball's just been
all over the place. Like, you come off the front ball and going into the side of the pack. I don't know how you can do that from a front ball break.
should always be hitting somewhere on the top row.
Like, your cue ball really, unless you get unlucky kisses and all that, you never should be going close to the bags. Do you front ball break or do you cut break?
I reckon Gaz would sack me if I cut break.
I go a bit in between, I do. I kind of do both. Some days the cut break will be doing much better for me, some days the front roll break will be doing much better for me.
I think it does depend on the table. Like on one where I don't practice my cut break, so I don't. But when I used to, it was like some venues you just need to.
Yeah, some of them just work better. I feel like if a table's playing slow, not as nippy, a cut break kind of works a bit better for me. But if it's playing a bit quicker, a front ball break tends to get him out a bit more.
You can play to go into the pack twice with a cut break. And then
Yeah.
get, if it's not spreading off the first impact.
Second one should do it.
Yeah.
But I find a lot of the time that it happened twice the day I was playing my singles league game and the cut broke. Come off the side cushion, back into the pack. Both times I've hit the black, it's been dead. Come off the black and gone straight in the corner bag. Like, what can you do? Because that's kind of the cut break idea, is you get back into the pack and potentially pop the black. Like, you're looking at ultimates with the golden breaks and everything. One of them I did put the black to be fair, but the other one I didn't. But I've come off the black perfectly, gone straight to corner twice. I was like, you couldn't write it.
Left himself a bit awkward here.
Yeah, I don't know if I took in this ball, to be honest.
He's aiming for the gap of the yellows. Wasn't as much angle as I thought, but
Is he on the one next left of the black spot? Is the question. If he's on that one, I think it's game. No.
doesn't look like it.
So then he's got a shot to play, but does he play the plant? I think that's really the only shot on, isn't it? Or play the one closest to thin to the opposite corner, if that makes sense. The one on the right side of the blue spot. Yeah, to the left bottom bag. Potentially get into the black as well if he kind of gets in it a little bit. Not a bad effort.
Hasn't left much for yellows.
No, not at all. I feel like Keele have had more of the first chances in these frames. I think Staff have had the second ball in most games.
Yeah.
Admittedly.
Good
See, bad ball out there, not bad. These are on now.
Room to play at the top of the table and then find yourself at the bottom one. Link's still back nicely.
Yeah. What's he done there? Oh.
Well, he's spotted it.
Oh my god.
He's missed it
I
by
looked
about
away for 1 second.
missed it by about 2 feet.
He cues too quick for me. He gets down and just gets balls for me. A bit too fast. Like, there's no, I don't think there's a plan or a route. There's just see ball, pop ball.
Yeah.
Kind of not thinking about what's next.
Yeah.
Like for me, as soon as I got that first ball, I'm looking, okay, where's my last ball? What's my ball to get on that last ball? You know, how am I getting out here?
It's a nice nudge.
He doesn't cover the black though for the bag. Has that red covered it? I think that black still might go. I can't really tell, to be honest. I think just get this and give yourself a chance, I think. A bit too hard for me. You want to play the middle next, leave yourself almost straight on the one to the bottom left corner, so you can just drop onto the rail. You've got to be straight, or just off straight. Not you don't have to be perfect. Yeah, that's enough. Just to float down, be on the one on the bottom rail, and you can't miss them. Just a touch of top, just to get yourself close to the bottom rail. You don't want to be on the bottom rail because you clip into the block. You want to be, if anything, the other way. I think it's a bit low there for me. Being straight or high on it was a little bit better because you could use the bottom rail to kind of get out, or just screw back. Got away with it though. He's clipped off the block and landed alright. Just don't miss it now. Not a bad little finish. Next up we have Jacob and Sam. As soon as he decides to start racking up, give them half an hour.
Which yellow did he miss?
The last one. To the middle.
To the middle. Ah.
Yeah, you had to force it to try and get to the black, but he hit it way too hard for me. To be fair, you get the side cushion, and then Sean's him up to a few dollars. As you would expect.
Saw a chunk of it while I was gone.
Say again?
Saw a chunk of it while I was gone. It's quite loud in there, to be fair. I'm not sure if it's being communicated through the stream, but there's a good chunk in attendance today.
Keele lot. Not many staff lads.
Which is strange. It's a bit closer to Staffs. Obviously, it's still close for both, but
Yeah, I think a lot of the people on this side this year for staffs aren't really quite new to it. Aren't really as much into the Varsity ideas. A lot of the Keele ones, I've seen. I know from last year or the year before that been there for a while now. So
I think they used to be more of a kind of rivalry.
yeah,
It was friendly, but like, you know, we knew it was important.
yeah.
To be fair, there is somebody in the crowd, works at Players, from Staffs Uni, supporting Keele today. So make of that what you will.
Go again.
So, Lass, I won't say her name, for privacy, works at Players, goes to Staffs Uni, is able to support the Keele lot, because obviously we play from there.
Who?
I won't say her name. It's rude.
Do I know it?
No, you won't know it.
Sound.
Started about the same time I started working there, so...
I suppose.
There
Yeah,
you
but
go.
likewise, there's also Lewis. There's Lewis who works at Longton,
Yeah.
but is a Keele.
But there's also, I don't know if she's in the crowd. There's someone who technically attends Keele, but is probably here supporting Staffs.
These odds aren't too bad here.
Speaking of, here we see Sam at the table. History between those two, but
Just the one, just drop into that red. You should get red. Or the black. I didn't think he had that much angle, to be honest.
works for him. Yellows are sitting.
Okay, it's what you do with the one by the red, really. If it goes the middle, which I don't think it does, I take it now. If it doesn't, do you play the plant, or play it top bag, because it'll go top left bag, or do you leave it for your second last ball? That's the question. I wouldn't be going this way. I'm taking the one at the bottom now, though.
I think he's just going to drop the sim play filter around.
Yeah, I'll be doing that, but I'll be doing that later on in the finish. I think. I think they're your last 3 balls for me.
So probably just screw back slightly on this one, play to middle, play for the bottom one, and then looks like his last ball is near the 2 reds on the right hand side. Maybe not. He does surprise me sometimes, does Sam.
Yeah, he has a few weird patterns, I can't lie.
Very good potter, but his patterns are a bit...
Ski with.
Obviously with a set like this, you can go a lot of different ways and it works, but
Yeah,
it gives you a bit more work.
I wouldn't argue there's a right way, but there's always a better way, I think.
Yeah. Had a bit of a mare here, going straight into those reds, unless it goes to the top corner. It's a tougher pot than you probably would have wanted.
It's 2 hard shots, I think, for me. That actually means, for me, that means the patterns are on there. If you have to play in a hard like that, he's had to cue that pretty well, and he has, but if you've had to play that, then you've played a wrong pattern shot,
Yeah.
for me.
And even now,
Yeah, he's got a bit of work to do.
it's not ideal.
If you screw it, you're not far enough either. It doesn't go to the corner. I think you've got to... I think if you play natural, you're not far enough, are you? Really, to the bottom right.
Potentially into the reds, play a double on the black.
Do you play with top right, straighten up a little bit to come 2 cushions back right? Kind of what it looks like he's playing. Oh well, he's screwing it instead.
Into the reds, but he's at behind. I think he was playing into the other red.
Yeah,
Leave
it's
himself a double.
I think I played it with a bit of top right to straighten up a little bit. In worst case scenario, you hit the front red. If you don't hit the front red, you come 2 cushions off the side rail and the bottom rail. In worst case scenario, you're on a double. Or an off. If you play it badly.
He's lining the kit. Doesn't like it. But there's not really much to look at here.
There isn't much of a line. Is there a line between the 2 reds at the top? I think you can straighten it up with a bit of side.
I think he's playing between
The other 2.
like off the cushion and between 2.
Yeah. Not
Drop
far
on
off.
Slide. Slid off slightly. And the other reds are sitting.
Yeah, these reds have got to go. I think get on the rail first shot. Play this one by the black. screw onto the rail, get your 2 rail balls out the way now. I wouldn't be playing this one. At least not for me.
Going up table throws over 2.
I don't hate it. I'd be just trying to get the rail balls out the way early on, just to make an issue, if that makes sense.
Could be playing on the one near the middle, just to drop it in at some stage.
That's a tight middle to drop.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to play onto that. I'd rather play on the rail, I think. Don't get me wrong, these middle bags are giving when you play them when they're behind and they're fast, but I still wouldn't want to take it. I've heard the wrestling tables are really giving on the middle bags.
Oh yeah.
That's not a bad shot. I don't hate the pullback there. I think it does technically still cut.
Does clip, but like the cue ball is flying.
Yeah, you don't know. Middle bag, top bag, off the reds, you don't know where it's going to do, really.
Danger with that pin. It could potentially at the red top go into the corner.
Do you go kick and give a chance at the middle or the corner? Because you can kick and stick it and kind of hold the white where it is.
He's playing the cut. It's very thin.
If he gets it, fair play.
Oh, it's outrageous.
What a finish. I believe that is it. That is 13-5 to Keele.
There's Kush.
It's higher than my expectation. It's higher than yours as well, actually.
Yeah.
I said 13-2, you said 13-3.
I think going into it today I thought 4, but I'll go not 4. Yeah, I'll go 4, but I'll say 3 because you said 2.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that much, I can't lie, but they made it closer than I thought they would.
Yeah.
And there's some good finishing there from Staff as well.
It felt
Really.
a bit tighter in that first half.
Yeah, second half they come back and kind of not really flew, have they? Staffs at all. I think the right shot though was a safety. I think it just obviously pulled off a really good cut. You can't really knock that at all.
Percentage-wise, you don't make that cut very often, so...
No, I think 9 times out of 10 I missed the black, to be honest. And then completely, the cue will go flying on the table and the black hasn't moved. Tarek, no one cares about your predictions.
Good for you, Tarek. I'm happy for you.
Not good enough to play the game, never mind predict it. Right, I think we'll leave it there.
Wrap it up.
That is all done from us. Thank you guys for watching.
Do we end the stream? Cheers, guys.
Kind of true.